alive!
Hello.
Hello, motherfucker.
Hello, everyone.
What's up, dirty dogs?
Hello?
Hello, it's me.
Gangsters, what's up, guys?
What up, guys? Good to see you guys. See, some of you remembered, some of you didn't. I told you I'd start the stream with no sound and just let you guys go until these ding-dongs started. So just wanted to see how people are getting confused. That's why I didn't want to, start it early like that. But it is what it is, man. It's good to see everybody. Happy Wednesday morning. Plenty of stuff on the agenda, as you can see. Plenty of agenda items. Housing, homelessness, all kinds of good stuff. On and on and on. It's good to see you guys. Hopefully all is well. Good morning. Let me get my coffee going. And, yeah, man. It's all right, Forsaken Ghost. Yeah, I just wanted to tell some people, some people just don't remember or whatever, so... That's the only reason why I don't like leaving the stream on and just having people sit here, because most people just come in and just leave. They'll leave like, oh, something's wrong or whatever, So, I'm a real thug. I'm no thug at all. Any boogers on the agenda? I mean, I gotta tell you, I don't know if she shows up. I'm starting to think maybe her kids. I mean, you got 5 kids. You know what I mean? They might have contributed to some of that. Time to let your lunch settle in, huh? Yeah, I haven't even had lunch. It's just breakfast. I literally just woke up, fed Stinks. Got myself coffee. I'm half awake right now. And, yeah. And, yeah, I'm going to get to doing my packing. All my cards and stuff like that, so. Yeah, Jason, there is that stuff. I gotta figure something like that out. A countdown timer. But the problem with the countdown timer is these idiots don't start on time. Again, they're supposed to be here at 10 o'clock. What time is it right now? It's 10:08. So they're already 8 minutes late. Like, this shit should be shown at 9:50. So that way, for 10 minutes from 9:50 to 10, you see what the agenda items are, and we're ready to go. But instead, they're playing you videos of all kinds of stupid shit well before that. And then they, get in the chambers and they still dick around. So, it's just a clutter. It's like a clusterfuck. They don't know which way to go. They don't know how to really streamline their shit and do it right. And I think that there's a reason to it. There's a method to their madness. They don't want this way they can say that they've talked to the public, although only giving the public a very minimal amount of time. And that way they can't say they didn't let you talk, because they did. Well, we let them talk. I don't know what else to tell you. So, yeah, man. Yeah, they're always 12, 15 minutes. That's my whole thing, Allison. So what do I leave it on, 20 minutes? Nobody's going to sit here for 20 minutes and talk to each other. Maybe some of you guys will, but I think most of you wouldn't. So that's the problem there, so that's my debate. And that's why I can't really do let's do a 10-minute timer at 10. So that way at 10:10 they start. Well, they don't start at 10:10 sometimes, so, I mean, we'll see now, right? We started our timer. It's 10:09 now. Let's see if they start in 1 minute. Maybe they do. Maybe they don't. We'll see. Who else wants to join you as a sightseeing tourist on Fig? Oh boy, Cheeky, you're going to have a lot of folks with you. Just be careful when you're down there. Like I said, looks like it's all fun and games till you caught up in it. There's no help around there. You got to help yourself. So, yeah. My tax money hard at work. That's right. That's it. They get there when they want to get there, do it when they want to do it. Well, we'll give you 7 minutes of public comment. And then that turns out to be 4.5. Let's see if this asshole, the sound guy, fixed the phones today, guys. Let's see. Or is Damon just going to get blamed for everything? $5 says the phones still don't work. And another $5 bet says that the mic level is still the goddamn same in the chambers. Like, basically nothing has been done other than the day passed and the time has changed. That's really it. Here we are, 10:11 now. Okay? Supposed to start at 10 o'clock. I'm sure you heard even yesterday Stacy Segar Bollinger and all them yelling at them saying, hey, it's 10 o'clock is when you're supposed to start. And that was yesterday. So we'll see. Here we are again today. Yeah, that sound guy ain't no good, man. I'm telling you, he's like as good as a sound guy is in a junior high assembly at lunchtime. Like, for real. Because that's how you start. That's how I started doing that kind of stuff. I was in the stage crew. Okay, I didn't like drama class. I didn't want to act. I don't know how to act, but I did enjoy building sets and, doing the gels on the lights and that kind of stuff and setting up sound system. I mean, it's fun. So, yeah, these motherfuckers just no good. That's just it. All right, here we go. Looks like we're here at the end. Let's see. Let's see. 9, 10, 12 now. Oh, yeah. Volcano Taco coming back to Taco Bell. Volcano Taco. Is that one that really makes you shit more than the others? Sounds dangerous. There should be nothing named Volcano at Taco, Joe. Just at Taco Bell. Nothing. Letting you know that Taco Bell Corporation, you should be naming nothing named Volcano after your food. That is not a good sign. I don't want to hear nothing about no volcanoes when I'm eating. Certainly not have any volcanoes after I'm eating. What's up, Draco? What's up, Ken? It does, Oscar. It sounds gross. And here we are. What time we got now? 10:13. What do you guys think? 15? Babe, I'm coffee. I got my water over there, but always coffee in the morning. I gotta wake up. I'm like right now. I literally just rolled out of bed. My eyes feel like they're half closed. And I put water on my face and grab some coffee and start going. I had to list I did that show for you guys last night, 5 hours, and then I went and did 2 hours of card listing after that. And then I went to bed. So, yeah. Push. Man, are these guys going to work or what? I mean, man, I don't stop working. Why can't they work? And I don't get $200,000 a year. I wish I got $218,000 as a starting salary. I do, Michael. I still have a little water left. There's no more ice, though. The ice is done. But I have a little bit left in there. The volcano sauce is fire. Okay, so they got the sauce and the regular, the items. Thank you, Jim Eaton. Yeah, I appreciate you, Jim.
My money don't jiggle, jiggle. It folds. I like to see you wiggle, wiggle. For sure.
Tony, that's where they start at. They start at 218,000. Okay. Now the president pro temp, all of them are making $250,000, maybe more. And what you need to realize is that is just their salary. What about when the developer wants to put up his huge units, this big ass, building with all these units that's kind of illegal. It's in their district. And they look the other way for a moment. What do you think happens? You don't think a fucking envelope shows up with $50,000 or $100,000 stacked in that motherfucker? Thanks for letting that happen, man. And there's $50,000 under the table. Another $10,000 here, another $20,000 there. These people are all crooked. If they tell you any different, they're fucking liars. I guarantee you. Definitely is it is caffeinated. I don't see the point of drinking non-caffeinated coffee. It's like drinking near beer. When am I going to call in? John, I can't. I got to stop the whole show, or I got to go in the whole other room, or I got to go outside of my place so you can't hear me on the phone. Otherwise, it'll double up, and you know what I mean? And then, so yeah, well, I would have to do something like that, which to me is like, meh. Man, are these motherfuckers going to get to work, bro? It's 10:15. And just to let you know, this video it's 10:16 by the way now. And just to let you know, this video has been playing 26 minutes. 26 minutes they've been playing videos. 26. Money snuck inside a pie, yep. Just like in Shawshank. She can't bake for shit, but but he liked the money. Thanks again, Jim. Yeah, I don't put their audio up yet because they're playing music, Mary. And now they're starting to give me copyright strikes on the music they're playing and shit like that. So there isn't a video that I put up anymore that isn't either age restricted or copywritten. Just everybody coming at me from every angle. They hate me. That's all right. I'll make them continue to do work by tagging my shit. Death Wish coffee? I've never even heard of it. Doesn't sound good. It sounds like it's fucking gonna kill you. 10:17, ladies and gentlemen. 10:17. You can check your own phones. You're saying 10:23 they're gonna come in? I don't think they're gonna come in that late. I think they're gonna come in like a minute or two from now, which again is still 20 minutes late. Wish I could just be 20 minutes late every day to work and then do nothing and get paid really well to do it. Can you imagine? And then when people tell you what a bad job you're doing, you're saying, no, well, look, I'm doing such a great job. Look, everything's so perfect. It's so awesome, isn't it? Man, too much. Thank you, Gypsy Birdie. I appreciate you for the Twitch Prime for 4 months. Yeah, they're going to have an hour of presentations now. They're going to give us 10 minutes in the chambers and 5 minutes on the phone. So we'll get 15 minutes after this bullshit. It's double the caffeine? Yeah. Why would you need double the caffeine? Why wouldn't you just drink another, I guess, to not drink another cup? So you have 1 cup. That's enough caffeine for 2, I guess. I'm self-employed, big. You're betting 10:22, huh? Well, it's 10:18 now. I'd said in the next 1 minute or two, so I got 1 minute left on mine, and then I'm done. Then I'm out of the race. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is why you cannot put a timer. What do you put the timer at? 10:15? 10:20? So the time you put it at 10:20, they come in at 10:13. You put it at 10:13, and then they come in at 10:20. How do I win? How do I get it done? That's what I'm saying, babe. That's just too much. Like, this stuff, I can already feel myself waking up already just off a few sips of that shit. And that's just regular bologna coffee. Not even anything special, you know. Now it's 10:19. If they don't come up in the next 30 seconds, I'm out of the race. They're fixing Paul's makeup? Probably. Probably. I wouldn't doubt it. I would not doubt it. Yeah. Um's been off on one. He's been quite angry and agitated, and yeah, he's angry. You know, Stacy Cigar Bollinger pumping him up. That's his little buddy. You know, they always sit together and then they leave together. They're like little pals. They're definitely little pals. And that's Andrew the Amazing. You don't have to call him the guy. His name is Andrew Grabner, a.k.a. Andrew the Amazing, because that's what his family called him, and that's what his nickname was. And yeah, so Andrew the Amazing. Yeah, he's the guy that when he gets nervous, this is his tick. You know what I mean? To deal with it. It's not uncommon. Well, what time is it here? All right, 10:20. I'm out of the race. 10:20. Only 20 minutes late. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, there's nothing I can do. It's out of my control. You know, really nothing I can do. As you can see, it's here. It's live. It's here. It's live. So it's not like we're sitting on pause. And that's today's date, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's why I don't really want to start early, because then people are going to come in, then they're just going to leave. They're like, well, fuck it. I'm waiting here forever. That's why I think it's almost better just doing it the way I used to do it. You know, start it when they start it. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. This might be the latest start ever, 10:21. Whoever said 10:23. It's coming up close. I'm busy over here watching the helicopters about to take off. Look at them. They know we're watching. Do you think any of them have Googled smoke and scan thanks to Brock and Randy? And somebody else called in too. There was a third person who's called in. I don't know. You guys seem to think they're married, Bob, but I don't know. I don't know about that. And if that is a couple, they're a strange couple. They're a couple that I wouldn't believe were a couple. Yeah, that's Randy, Al. Oh, here we go. Fucking finally. What time is it? 10:22. Whoever said 23 was off by 1.
June 28th, 2023.
Lazy
I'm Paul
motherfuckers.
Krikorian, President of the City Council, and we're
Lazy.
ready to call the meeting to order. Public comment will be taken today both in person in the council chambers and via teleconference. Let's begin, Madam
could
Clerk,
be
by
Yessie.
calling the roll.
Blumenfield, De Leon, Harris.
Oh, look who's right there,
Hernandez,
Mr. Sachs.
Pratt, Krikorian, McCosker, Park, Price, Rahman, Rodriguez.
Caller, how does my
Martinez,
pussy look?
Yaroslawski, 10 members
Look.
present and quorum.
Look who's there in the same clothes
Thank you
with the
for
same
shorter
bags.
business.
Approval of minutes of June 27, 2023.
Caller, how does my
Blumenfield
mask
moves,
look?
Councilmember Harris Dawson seconds. Next.
Commendatory resolutions for approval.
Councilmember
Thanks,
Hernandez
Jonathan.
moves. Councilmember
good
Hutt
to see you.
seconds. Next. Let's run through the agenda, please.
President, would council like all items to go forthwith today?
Yes, without objection, that will be the order.
Items 1 through 3 are items noticed for public hearing. For item number 3, the tabulated value of the opposing ballots cast does not exceed the tabulated value of the supporting ballots cast, 83.68% to 16.32%. Thus, a majority protest is found not to exist,
Yeah, Terry.
and the proposed
Lot there, right?
establishment of the Arts District Los Angeles Business Improvement District may be authorized at this time. Items 4 through 39 are items which public hearings have been held. The committee reports for items 32, 34, and 39 have been submitted and posted online under their respective council files.
Yeah, saucy.
Items 40 through 46 are items which public hearings have not been held. Item 47 is a closed session item waived by the Budget and Finance Innovation Committee. And items 48 through 51 are closed session items considered by the Budget and Finance and Innovation Committee. 10 votes are required for consideration.
Very good. Members, those items are now before us without objection. Do members have any of those items that they would like to call special? Councilmember Rom.
Yeah, it's harmful,
I
this
have two
content.
items that I have.
Yeah, it is packed in there
amendments
today.
For.
Oof.
Item 33, I have a written amendment, and the city attorney will be able to read that into the record. Is that right?
All right, please do so.
The motion states that item 33 on today's agenda be amended to include the following additional instructions. In instruction 1, remove the words, and I quote,
She has to read.
and which takes
She can't
into
just
account the average
not
annual income of street
look
vendors,
down.
end quote, and add instruction 2C, begin quote, feasibility of
She doesn't know what
creating
she's
a
talking about
sliding
like
fee
that.
scale based on the annual income of street vendors, end quote.
The annual, they're worried about
Okay,
street
second.
vendors' income.
I hope to.
Seconded by Councilmember
Typical
Hernandez.
Democrat
And I'd
shit.
like to also make comments on that
They're
item.
really worried about the poorest of the poor, because we all know that street vendors are. I'm not bagging on them, because again, they're people that are working hard to make a buck for themselves. Okay, so please understand what I'm saying. But these people are on below minimum wage for the most part. They're working hard to make a few bucks, and they're worried about what they're making so they can take it too. Typical Democrat shit.
Vote, please. Thank you.
Always low on money because all they do is spend your money and spend too much of it. So that's why they go after even the little guys to get more money to spend.
39, apparently, just finding out some reporting instructions
Sick.
didn't get picked up, so we're going to work on that
Sick as fuck. You
And,
need that
have
hot
an
dog
amendment
lady's
just adding
money,
some reporting
hot
instructions
dog
that
dude's money.
Should have been
Yeah.
included that weren't. So 39.
Okay, item 39 for
Just
an
sick. They
amendment
need
that
everybody's
is still
dollar. They
to be
want
presented.
everybody's,
Yes.
their
and
hand in
that is
everyone's
simply
pocket.
Some reporting instructions that were talked about, but were not.
why Democrats
included in the
disgust
report.
me.
We want to
Okay.
explicitly include them.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
Okay.
Councilmember Ahmed?
All right, guys, let's get into it.
Any other specials members?
Dude, it is packed in
Going
there. There's
once,
only
going
standing room
twice?
only.
All right.
Holy shit.
Seeing none, Madam Clerk,
Must
what
be
items are
somebody is
now
getting honored
available for
today.
us to vote on?
Mr. President, those would be items 4 through 32, 34 through 36.
Oh, Buck, and I agree with you. I agree with you
and
wholeheartedly.
38, sir.
Thank you. Do any members wish to be heard on
That
any of
Kush
those
just
matters?
socked me.
Seeing none, let's go ahead and open the roll. Close the roll and tabulate the votes.
Yeah, it's
12
packed in
ayes.
Thank you. Let's move on to our closed session items, items 48 through 51. Councilmember Blumenfield, the chair of our Budget, Finance, and Innovation Committee, do you have recommendations
It's
from
an
the committee
ugly
on these
suit.
items?
Yeah, those items were heard in Budget Committee. I do not think we need to hear them in open session. In
like
closed
a
session,
brown burgundy,
so
I don't know.
Prepared to go forward with an aye recommendation.
Sure, it's doable, but
Very
I
good.
don't know about that
And
suit color.
let's go ahead and read the city attorney recommendations into the record.
Yes, sir. Item 48, in the case entitled Juan Manuel Gonzalez et al. Versus City of Los Angeles et al., there is a recommendation to expend up to $400,000 in settlement. Item 49, in the case entitled Eber Moriquin versus City of Los Angeles et al., there is a recommendation to expend up to $300,000 in settlement. Item 50, in the case of Jesse Hernandez et al. Versus City of Los Angeles et al., there is a recommendation to expend up to $6.5 million in settlement. Finally, item 51, in the case entitled Edward Monnier versus City of Los Angeles et al., there is a recommendation to expend up to $300,000 in settlement.
Well, there's $7.5 million in settlements. $7.5 million.
Those
Did you do the
items are now
count?
before us. Do any
Went from
members wish to be heard?
700,000
Seeing none, let's go ahead
to
and open the roll.
7.2 million in lawsuits.
Close the roll and
That's their
tabulate.
recommendation.
12 ayes.
Not to sue for,
Thank you.
but to give.
Members, I would like
To be
move
done, to
that we
settle.
reconsider
Settlement,
item
to settle.
42 from the June 27th agenda, Council file.
Who do you think pays for that $7.5 million?
0810.
Think it's them? Think it's him?
For purposes of an amendment.
That's who
So,
paid for it.
On that item, we have to vote first. On
That's who's
whether
paying
to
for it.
Reconsider.
Suspend.
I'm sorry. First, we'll need to vote on whether to suspend the council rules on reconsideration, and then we will.
Ain't a
vote
trip
on
and fall
reconsider.
lawsuit
So
for
the first
$6.5
vote
million. I can
is on
assure
my
you
request
that.
to
That's for
suspend
them
the
trying to
rules.
get in somebody's way
On
who's
that
really
item,
bright,
Open the roll.
wealthy, and has a
Close the roll
good
and
team of
tabulate the
lawyers,
votes.
and sued the living shit out of them.
12 ayes.
Thank you. Now we'll need to vote on.
And now
whether
they have to figure out, well, let's just
reconsider
settle
the
so we don't
item.
have to waste
On
even
that,
more
please
money
open
of the
the roll,
taxpayer money.
Close the roll and
Fuck
tabulate
out
the
of here,
votes.
dude.
12 ayes.
Thank you. So that item is now before us, and I'd like to move that we amend the item to
Sad deal,
adopt the November 22nd, 2022 report and ordinance. And Mr. McCosker is seconding that motion. Thank you, Mr. McCosker. So
Well,
that
this has nothing to do with law
motion we will
enforcement.
hold on the desk until
That has to
after
do with
public
probably zoning shit. These
All right.
idiots trying to, like they did with Mr. Spindler. They tried to sue. They
with
sued
that,
Mr. Spindler.
we're
He
gonna
sued
go
them back.
next to presentations.
He
but
won.
Before we do that, Madam Clerk and Mr. City
Telling
Attorney, if
you.
could please read in the instructions for.
They're
public
getting sued
comment,
every
which we'll be
day
taking up,
by doing
immediately
all
after
the
our
stupid shit they do, and
Yes, sir.
then they get
As
sued and they don't care
indicated on the
because it's
agenda,
they're not paying the
members of
settlement.
public wishing to offer public comment should call 669.
There you go. Call in, guys.
254-5252 and use meeting ID number 160-535-8466, then press pound.
Hi, Leanne.
Press pound again when prompted for participant ID. Once admitted into the meeting, press star 9 to request to speak. When it is your turn to speak, an automated Zoom voice will ask you to press star 6 to unmute. Again, call 669-254-5252 and use meeting ID number 160-535-8466, then press pound. Press pound again when prompted for participant ID. Once admitted into the meeting, press star 9 to request to speak. When it is your turn to speak, an automated Zoom voice will ask you to press star 6 to unmute.
Which items would you like to speak on?
To members of the public, when it is your turn to speak, please state which of the agenda items you would like to speak on.
What
You have
items
1
would you like
minute
to
per
speak
item
on?
to speak.
See how easy
up to
that
3
is, guys?
minutes
You could
total,
just record your voice and
1
just
minute per
do
general
that,
public
but you're not
comment.
that smart, so I get it.
Speak to the
You're only
items
you're
before
only
the
an
beginning of general
attorney.
Public comment.
Get it?
We will tell you when your time is up.
Sometimes you could be really book smart, but yet be so fucking stupid all the way around.
Our goal is to get through
But just
as
be
many
so
speakers
book
as we
smart.
can.
You retain shit.
If you are not speaking on
You have an
topic,
eidentic
or
memory.
if
You
we
read
cannot
it,
tell
you
if
retain
are
it,
speaking
you
on
go to this
topic,
class,
you will get
write it
one
down,
brief
get the
warning
A.
from me or the
Now
president.
you're a master, right?
If you do not immediately and clearly get back on topic, or again, stray off topic, you will forfeit the rest of your
I
speaking
mean, bro, you
time,
can get this
and we will
machine
move on to the
used for
next speaker.
$500. Used one. New one will cost them
Items open for
$2,500. Go
public
buy one.
comment Are 1 through 3, 33, 39.
Well, that is true, Tony.
40 through 46.
I think wisdom comes with
47.
age.
For members
Intelligence
of the public
you
calling
can be
in to speak,
intelligent at any age.
when it
Wisdom
is
comes
your
with
turn,
age.
An automated message from Zoom will prompt you to press
Gotta
star
live
6 to unmute yourself.
to become wise.
If you do not do so, council staff will prompt you once more. If you do not immediately unmute yourself when prompted by staff, you will forfeit your time and we will move on to the next speaker. If you are listening to the council meeting on your computer, channel 35, or another device, please turn down the volume on those devices immediately when it is your turn to speak. Because of feedback and a time delay between the live meeting and the broadcast, it will cause a lot of confusion if you continue to listen on your devices.
You remind you of
for
Cartman?
callers, please keep an ear to the phone so that you know when it is your turn to speak. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Before we go to public comment, we have a very special and momentous presentation to come before the council today by our own council president, Dr. Paul Krikorian.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. It's a little inside joke. Thank you, Mr. President. Members, as you know,
Mr. Sachs right behind him with the
Mayor Tom
with the
Bradley
flag.
room at the very top of City Hall, we took a moment to gather together with former members of Mayor Tom Bradley's staff, with the members of Mayor Tom Bradley's family, with elected officials and former elected officials to mark the 50th anniversary of the inauguration of Tom Bradley as the mayor of the city of Los Angeles on July 1st, 1973, when Mayor Bradley was sworn in. It was a momentous day.
I got the jug right here.
It was really, it was a transformative time of Los Angeles and a transformative
I just have
time
coffee
of
in the
our
morning,
government. And I think
Gotta
for
wake
many
up.
of us who are old enough to remember, we really separate the time of Los Angeles before Bradley.
Yeah,
and
fight
the
fan.
post-Bradley era.
They've
That's what
deemed
a
my account
monumentally important
harmful
leader,
after
a
3 years.
transformative change maker. Tom
About time they
Bradley
figured it out finally.
was, and the coalition of support that he built, and the kind of politics
They want
that he
smoke and
brought to
scan
Los
gone.
Angeles, and the kind of leadership he brought to Los Angeles. So it's especially appropriate.
So
that
I
we
say to
mark
you,
this
why would I want
anniversary,
to
both to remember
keep giving these sites more
that
money?
history,
Especially
but
Twitch,
also
that takes
to look
half.
forward to our future. And
50%
draw
they take.
inspiration from the example of our greatest mayor, Mayor Tom Bradley. So with that, I'd like to show a brief clip.
I don't
from
like much
Bridging the
chocolate if you're
Divide,
asking me,
an
Lobster.
Incredible documentary.
Definitely
about
light.
Mayor
I
Tom
hate
Bradley.
dark chocolate. Yeah. Well, I'm not much of a chocolate person. Oh, there's Tom. Tom Bradley. Remember him?
It's a little technical issue.
Damn,
We
look at
need to
the
bring
look at
sound.
the
So
same hall, Chambers Hall.
Let's hold it until we bring
Wow, another sound technical issue. Guessing the sound guy didn't fix it yesterday. Look at his face. Look at his face. Look at his face. He's like, I can't believe it. I can't believe this shit. Yesterday it happened. Today, here we go
I
again.
think Mayor Bradley would have told his staff that the first rule of advance is you always do a sound check.
Always, before. 30 minutes fucking before you do sound checks. Wake up, you fucking morons. Whoever that sound guy is, please somebody call in and talk shit to the sound guy. Tell him what a fucking motherfucking moron he is.
We got to get this right for Mayor Bradley.
Go get a new elementary school sound guy. Fire that motherfucker now. If he's making $1, that's $1 too much that he's making. Okay? Here you go. What did I tell you before this motherfucker started? I bet you the sound would be the same and nothing would be working on the phones. Well, here we are with the sound, nothing working. Damon was spot motherfucking on. So now let's wait for the phones. Let's wait for the fucking goddamn phones. Now you got a room filled with fucking people waiting for a presentation. And now you got to rush and fix it and get a fucking sound check up and going. And morons. Absolute positive morons. Total Democrat shit right here, ladies and gentlemen. Democrats at work. Can't even get the sound to work.
The day after he
Democrat shit.
The
absolute morons. Low IQ.
Was completely
room temperature IQ.
The furnishings were the same. The hallways were the same. But all of a sudden, there were no lobbyists. There was this immediate transformation from a lobbyist mayor to
You want me to tell you the truth? You want me to lie, Tio? Want me to lie to you? They're fantastic people. Tio, they're awesome.
Their power, their prestige, their influence, or their...
Is that better for you? You want me to insult your intelligence and lie to you?
Bradley was mayor of LA.
Hold on, guys. There's music coming out of here, so any music, I gotta mute it. Okay, I'll just lie to you from now on, and I'll insult your intelligence. These people are fantastic. They're great. Give them all your money. Don't give them just a little bit. Give it all to them. I want you to go over there and take your wallet and turn it upside down and shake it. Open it up and shake it till everything falls out. Okay? And I bet you a week later, they'll still be asking for more because they spent too much the week before. But I know people don't like the truth. Okay? They don't like it. But that's the God's honest fucking truth. Okay? Why do you think they're printing money all day, every day? Because they spend it like it's water. They spend your money like it's water. So, you vote for those people, you deserve everything you fucking get. I hope they take every dollar from you. So that way you can put up the GoFundMe and I can just find a dollar bill in your face and burn it. Like that. In your fucking face.
Goldfarb, who made that
Goldfarb
documentary film of which we just saw a brief clip.
Fantastic. Yeah, let me
Really
just
helps to
let's
preserve the
give him
important
applause.
history of that era.
We're finally
And,
getting the sound working.
It has been a half a century, and in honor of that 50th anniversary, we had an incredibly
Morons.
festive celebration this morning in the Bradley
Morons.
Room. And I'm pleased today to formalize that celebration with a resolution, which we'll be doing in a moment, proclaiming July 1st to be Mayor Tom Bradley Day in the city of Los Angeles.
Yeah, we'll all be celebrating it, I'm
and
sure.
to celebrate that,
I'm sure.
I'd like to ask Mayor Tom Bradley's daughters, who are with us today, Lorraine and Phyllis.
I'm sure they loved it.
to come
Came
on
in
up.
all the way over there to have their father, honored, and you couldn't even get it right. I'm sure they're loving it. It's the way to do it, right in front of the family. Family's front row, and they couldn't even get it right. I mean, what a fucking smack to your fucking face. What a smack. They couldn't give you 30 seconds to fix the sound to get it right after their father worked for the fucking city for decades.
Thank you.
I guess
on
I'm the
behalf
only
of
one that
myself,
sees it.
Phyllis, and
I guess.
myself,
I don't know.
Our family, my dad and my mom, Ethel. I want to thank all of you for
Ethel?
the
That's a great name.
recognition and the understanding of how much my dad meant to the city of Los Angeles. He loved this place. He was for the people and of the people, and he never forgot that. He always had a big smile because he was
The
always
hologram
happy
wouldn't
every
work,
day
Lobster.
to come and serve.
It'd be broken.
And I want to thank all of you. I want to thank
Be
Councilman
glitching out.
Krikorian for instigating this resolution, and for all of you, I honestly think we'll vote for it. It's to be able to see and hear on Saturday morning that is Tom Bradley Day just warms our heart. Thank you again very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Look at her. Look at her.
And next, I'd like to help set the historical context of the important contributions of Mayor Bradley. And to say a few words to do that, I'd like to ask up to speak on behalf of the Tom and Ethel Bradley.
Yeah, Tio, I get that, but don't deflect. We're talking about these people that have been running the city for over a fucking decade. Don't deflect. It has nothing to do with the other side right now. Don't deflect.
The Board of Trustees.
Do not do that.
California Institute of the Arts,
Have some nuts.
And also a member
Okay?
of our author study
And deal
club,
with the issue.
Charmaine Jeffrey.
Have some balls. Have some guts. Stick up to what's going on. Don't worry about the other side yet. Worry about when they get in power and they fuck it up like these idiots did. Then we can talk. Then we can talk.
And the mayor for your support of Tom Bradley.
Hey,
and a Tom
enough's
Bradley
enough.
Day.
No more deflection,
And
Wonder
not
Woman.
Nearly the amount of time that you all got to hear me this morning, but I will
All the
say
Wonder Women putting their fucking their
remember
bracelets
Tom
on,
Bradley
ting,
is
ting,
to
ting,
remember
deflecting the bullets.
totality of this person,
No deflection.
and that by the time he stepped into his seat 50 years ago as the mayor of Los Angeles, it wasn't that he was just the first black mayor of Los Angeles. It was everything that he had done prior to that point that laid the foundation, set cornerstones all around this city. And as I asked them this morning, I ask all of you to still do the same thing. As
Yeah.
you move around the city,
Yeah, Tom.
whether it's walking down Figueroa,
Yeah.
that was his paper route. Whether you are moving through an elementary school that has his name on it, as we were this morning so wonderfully had the opportunity to hear the young people, in fact, recite part of his inaugural address.
Oh, there's Andrew the Amazing back there in the
You
yellow
also want to
shirt.
go by places that may not even be there anymore, and know that from his work with the Kappa Alpha Psi, he was one of those people that made a way all around the neighborhoods. From his work as a police officer, he is one of those people that started community policing.
Where all the
He
conservatives
is
there are
one
no
of those people
conservatives
that
in this
made
room,
sure that
Scott.
the LGBTQ community.
These are all
were
progressive
welcome
pieces of shits.
in Los Angeles. The issues we think are issues today were issues for him.
No.
Community policing,
Right-wing
making
libtards
sure doors were
and
open.
progressive
You've heard
pieces
all
of shits.
that.
That's all
I
that's
will
in
not
this
spend
room.
time to try to go over it, but trust me, the list is long about how often he made a difference in the lives of Angelenos, and you're doing it again today. Thank you so much.
No, I don't see Mr. Herman. I haven't seen him, Rob. Doesn't mean he's not there. I mean,
Thank you
there's
all
so
very
many
much. I'm
fucking
gonna
people.
Come around to the
I
front
just can't
to
see him.
present, the resolution.
They keep switching it quick, you know?
Thank you very much for allowing us this
hard to
brief
tell.
moment to recognize
Could
truly
be on
one
the
of
phone.
giants in Los Angeles' history, one of the great leaders who has ever stepped foot into this building, and somebody whose inspiration
And commies,
and
yes.
his
Forgot about
legacy,
that one, Oscar.
still helps to
Well, they're all
the city,
communists, really.
and hopefully inspire all of us even today. Thank you very much.
They're all
Thank
commies.
you
The
so
best
much,
part is they
Mr.
actually think they're
Corey, and such a
American.
special presentation
Like they're
for, our
good
city
Americans and shit. They actually
reflection
think
on how
that.
important it is to remember one of the giants that makes Los Angeles indeed the city of dreams and the city of hope that it has become for so many millions of people, not just who live here, but a beacon for folks all over the globe.
See, he's
One
got a
more
nice
big
suit. I
round of
like his
applause
suit.
for Mayor Tom Bradley. And July 1st, forever Mayor Tom Bradley Day in the city of Los Angeles.
You guys are fucked up. See, I see Mr. Sachs. I see Andrew the Amazing. I think I see Stacy Segar Bollinger next to him. Only ones I don't see is Mr. Harlan and Mr. Herman. I don't see them. Doesn't mean they're not there.
All right,
like I
we
said.
have Councilmember Hutt on the queue to speak on this.
There's
item.
no way that we're going to get all these people to talk, though.
Thank you, Mr.
No
Chair.
way. It's too-
I just want to
too
take a
packed.
second as the council member who sits in the 10th district where Tom Bradley also served as a council member. I'm honored
About to take
stand
off.
here in his legacy as the first
Oh, of
woman
course it
in this
turns.
space. I'm also honored to stand
Seahawks.
there because my mother worked in this office for then council member Bob Farrell in the 8th district, and it's so good to see you, council member. It was transformative during that time, and as you can
Frank's
see,
still
the
crying?
council today, we're working diligently to push the agenda of a collective city, of the tapestry and the beauty of Los Angeles. Thank you for being here, and thank you, Dr. Krikorian, for for making sure
Yeah. Dr. Krikorian.
that today we celebrate
Doctor
the
of
great
Death.
Tom Bradley.
The Doctor
Thank
of
you.
Death.
Thank you so much,
Dr. Krikorian.
Councilwoman Hutt, council member of the 10th District, where Tom Bradley was the first African American elected to the city council. And Mr. Krikorian.
Yeah, like
to close.
Kevorkian.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. I do just want to take a moment. As I said, we were joined by, it was a great festive occasion this morning. I want to
Krikorian,
take a moment
Kevorkian, it's
to
so
ask
close.
all of the former members of Tom Bradley's staff who are here to please stand up.
Oh, I'm sure they all loved it that you brought them all over here, the whole staff. And I'm sure when they were here, fucking sound probably worked. But now the sound isn't working. There's Andrew the Amazing back there. Look at him.
And I also want to take a moment, Mr. President, to recognize that we were joined this morning, and many of them are still here, by former leaders of this city, former members of this Los Angeles City Council, including Councilmember Wendy Gruhl, Councilmember Richard Alarcon, Councilmember Robert Farrell, Councilmember Ruth Galanter, Councilmember Nate Holden, Councilmember Joy Pikus, and Councilmember Zev Yaroslavsky. And
Zev!
We're
No.
grateful to
The
have
ba-
all
the
of
banner,
you
the
here,
piece of shit banner.
so that we could celebrate with you. Thank you very
He's
much.
the guy that bans everything, Zev. That was the one they were. Well, you love banning everything. I do.
Okay.
Banned everything, that motherfucker.
We will now move to public comment.
About time. What time is it?
And I believe these
10:47.
read for public comment. So let's just bring up the speakers then. We'll start with Mr. Arnold Sachs, followed by Andrew Gravener and Alex Thomas.
Wow, we got and Mr. Sachs right off the jump.
Public comment.
Under or over, quick.
Alex Thomas.
Under or over 12.
You know, people can barely hear you, right? All right. I signed up for. I don't remember. It was the it was like a couple items. I don't know why I'm supposed to remember the numbers.
Okay, you have 2 minutes for the items, 1 minute for general
I signed up
public
for
comment.
3 items.
Go ahead.
Okay, you have if signed up for 3 items. That you have 3 minutes for the items and 1 minute for general public comment.
He's going over.
As a reminder to everyone, the items that are open for general public or for public comment are 1 through 3, 33, 39 through 47, and also 42 from yesterday's agenda that's being reconsidered by council.
All right. So item 42 is a motion from Paul Krikorian to take $55,000 away from food aid in CD2, providing food for those who need it, and putting it towards having parties for the LAPD's teenage indoctrination program over at the North Hollywood Division. This is the same cadet program where cops regularly sexually assault and rape teenagers. So yeah, it's a really outstanding program, isn't it? We're taking $55,000 away from food aid so that they can have parties, these lavish parties for their teenage indoctrination program. They're doing that between the cops raping the teenage girls. All right, moving on to item 43, a street banner program from Kevin De Leon. This is continuing his campaign of, he comes up with these different topics of, like these different things he's going to support, and he just tries to see what sticks so that he can try to get himself a little bit more support. But Kevin De Leon doesn't care about the LGBTQ community. Kevin De Leon signed off on the arrest of Miss Italy. Yeah, it was Nuri Martinez and Kevin De Leon who signed off on that arrest. And now the city's pursuing these politically motivated charges against a black trans woman. So yeah, that's Kevin De Leon's record on this. All right, moving on to item 46. This is a motion for CD6 where Staffer B and Kevin De Leon are trying to legislate for my district. So I want to know if, since Kevin De Leon seconded that, did you negotiate with Nuri Martinez on that? Kevin's not in the room, so I don't think so. So you should take him off the board because it looks like he's absent. So let's not consider him present. So yeah, Kevin De Leon shouldn't be deciding anything for CD6. So even though it looks like, basically we shouldn't be, encouraging this. I know that, Nuri's buddy is the front runner in the CD6 special election right now. But, that doesn't mean that we should be encouraging this kind of, Kevin De Leon legislating for CD6. So vote no on that. All right, moving on to general public comment. Paul, yesterday during public comment, you were making these faces while people were speaking.
30.
So I don't know what that's about. Why you keep making these faces, like trying to mock everyone who's giving public comment. So stop with the faces. It's pathetic. It makes you look really immature. So yeah. Kevin De Leon needs to go. Bob, I saw you chatting with him earlier. We know you're his BFF. We have, you all need to be doing more. But we all know this whole thing, you saw the whole thing where they're trying to, arrest unhoused people over in Woodland Hills. That's normal. That's obviously normal. That's what they always want to do. So stop criminalizing this and let's get people housed and services.
40
Okay,
fucking
Arnold Sachs,
ums.
Alex Thomas.
Bro, 40 fucking ums. 40!
We'll get folks here.
40 in
Come
4
forward.
minutes. I mean, a little less. He didn't even take all his time.
Sachs, welcome.
My gosh. Here we go.
Good morning, Speaker. What
morning.
items
Thank
would you like to speak on?
Let's see, 1, 2, 40, 41, 43, and 46 in public comment.
Okay, you have 3 minutes for the items and 1 minute for general public comment.
Okay, thank you. Arnold Sachs, phase one, number 1 and number 2 refers to a housing project, multifamily rental housing project, 302 units, known as San Pedro Phase 2. That's item number 1. Item number 2 is phase 1, 302 units. So you're going to build 604 units at this spot on 600 South San Pedro Street, which is like 6 blocks down. I think you should use your dashboard to check to see 100% affordable multifamily rental housing. How is it going to be chosen? Who are the families that are going to move in? And why are you using bonds? Why don't you use MICLA bonds, municipal issued City of Los Angeles bonds? You use those bonds at the building right here at the corner of First and Grand. That was $1 million worth of MICLA bonds were issued, and they were stolen. No big deal. Stolen money. It happens all the time. Item number 40, item number 3 refers to ballot tabulations for the establishment of the Arts District, Los Angeles Business Improvement District. Where is that located? What are the boundaries for that? It mentions something about the California Streets and Highway Code and Article X and 3 I's. What is going on with all these business improvement districts and the charges for city-owned property? Item 40 refers to the Board of Taxi Cab Commissioners. Why did the council vote to do away with the logos for the cabs, but they're still using cabs? They're still using those cab logos. Why don't you have logos for vehicles, like for Amazon vehicles and United Parcel vehicles, so you can raise money through the sale of those decals, so you can have the drivers fingerprinted by LAPD so that you know who's driving those vehicles. I've been to those commission meetings, and they have people illegally driving cabs. That's pretty stupid. 43 refers to LBGTQIA2S. Where did the IA2S come from? What the hell is that? Item 46, we need more equality in this goddamn city council. You just had a celebration of Tom Bradley. The metro station right here at Hill is supposed to be named after Tom Bradley. There's a sign downstairs that says Tom Bradley.
General public comment.
There's a sign down on the bottom floor that says Tom Bradley Station, but it's not named after Tom Bradley Station. What the fuck is going on? Why isn't it? Who's in charge at Metro? What the hell's going on? What happened to that supermajority? Item 46 refers to all this excess funds that are being returned. It's the laser-like. You need to put some laser-like focus into some of these items. You have excess funds that are going unused. Why are they excess funds when you need more housing? What the hell's going on?
That's his tagline. What the fuck's going on?
We have 3 meetings. One is on June 18th, one is on 9/25, and one on 16. They're all excess funds. How do you have excess funds when you need more housing? Why is there nobody representing the public?
Ah, I love it. I love it.
Alex Thomas, Leonora Kamner, Anna Cruz, Ana Najara, or Nahera. Any of those folks here, please come forward. Alex Thomas, Leonora Kamner, Anna Cruz, Ana Najera. I'll keep going. Antonio Castillo, Ariana Santiago, Belenz Ortiz. Any of these names, if anybody is here, please come forward.
Anybody?
Forward.
Got a room filled with motherfuckers and not one of those people, huh?
I'll read the names again, folks.
Because he ain't saying the names
Alex
right.
Thomas, Leonora Kamner, Ana Cruz, Ana Najera, Antonio Castillo, Ariano Santiago, Benlen Ortiz.
There's
Welcome. Please state the name you signed up under and
There's a speaker.
what items you'd like to speak to.
Buenos días. Mi nombre es Ana Nájera.
Good morning.
Soy
My name
vendedora
is-
ambulante.
My name is Ana Nájera. I'm a street vendor.
Vendedora ambulante de...
Sí, señora. Un momento.
Is she a street vendor?
Después de cada frase o dos puede dar una
They want
pausa
her money.
para que se le traduzca. Gracias.
Vendedora ambulante de Exposition Park.
Yes, I'm a street vendor in Exposition Park.
Estamos aquí todos porque estamos hablando estoy hablando aquí sobre el tema de la 33 de la agenda,
Yes, we're all here speaking on issue number 33 on your agenda.
que por qué nos quieren aumentar el costo de los permisos,
About why they're trying to raise the cost of these permits for vendors.
porque el costo anterior era de $291
See, the previous cost was $291.
y ahora se están elevando a mucho, a $541.
And they're elevating it so high now, $541.
Oh, only double.
¿No se han puesto a pensar de que hay muchos que somos madres solteras?
They're not thinking about so many single mothers that are out there.
Estamos aquí para que nos puedan ayudar.
And that's why we're here for your support.
Hay muchas personas también de la tercera edad
There's also a lot of senior citizens out here.
y me gustaría que tomaran todo esto, que se pusieran a pensar,
I want you to consider all of this and think about it.
que para ellos fuera un costo de 0% para ellos,
In fact, for them, it should be a zero cost for them.
porque hay personas de que están vendiendo en las calles
Because there are people that are street vendors
que son de la tercera edad
that are senior citizens.
Quería
So I would like
que ustedes vieran esta propuesta, que nosotros no podemos pagar todo eso que ustedes están pidiendo.
for you to consider that proposal because we cannot pay all the high costs that you're requesting.
Así que me gustaría de que todo esto se pusieran a pensar, porque somos personas luchadoras De eso luchamos.
I want you to think about all of us. We're hard-working,
Para
hard-fighting
poder-
people.
Para poder sostener a nuestros hijos.
That we work so hard to support our children.
Hay personas también, así como yo, que desde que comenzó la pandemia,
And there are people just like me that have been out there since the beginning of the pandemic.
debo mucha renta.
And we've owed so much rent.
No he podido ni pagar los biles.
I can't even pay my bills.
Soy madre de 5 hijos
I'm a mother of 5 children.
y así que por favor les pedimos que recapaciten.
So we
Por lo
ask you
menos
to
en San
reconsider.
Diego
At least in San Diego.
es un costo de $38.
It's a $38 cost.
¿Por qué aquí lo quieren elevar a más?
Why is it that you want to elevate it so high here?
Tony, how do you know
Deberían de
she's from Mexico?
recapacitar. Por
You should
favor, se los pedimos.
Come on, man.
Reconsider, please. This is what we request.
Don't be ignorant.
Muchas gracias.
Thank you
She
very
could
much.
be from Ecuador, El Salvador, Guatemala. She could be from plenty of other places.
Thank
Don't
you.
be
Sí, señora,
ignorant.
gracias.
Don't be ignorant.
Again, if I've called your name, come up. Alex Thomas, Leona.
And
Kender,
don't be over
Ana
here
Cruz,
saying "fuck
Ana
you" to
Nejera,
Terry like that. Don't
Antonio
do that,
Castillo.
Tony. You can get
Welcome
your
and
ass
please
kicked
state
out,
your
boy. You better be
Señores
best behave.
concejales, muy buenos días.
Good
Okay.
morning,
Mi nombre es Aureliano Santiago.
Yes, my name is Aureliano Santiago.
And which
Soy
items
vendedor
would you
Bye.
like to speak on?
Sí, señora, ¿qué tema se va a
De
referir?
MacArthur Park del Distrito 1.
I'm from District 1. ¿A qué
Tengo
tema?
30 años de ser vendedor.
I've been working as a street vendor for 30 years.
Hoy estamos aquí. Reciban saludos de mis compañeros vendedores.
And we're here all to greet you, all my co-worker
Estamos
street
acá para
vendors.
They're in
tratar
the other room. They live.
el punto 33
They're in Twitch.
Yeah, we're here
porque
to
no
speak
estamos de
about-
acuerdo
We're here to speak about issue 33 because we don't agree with it,
con el aumento que quieren ustedes imponer.
with the raise you're trying to impose on it. The quote.
Lo único que pido que hagan conciencia que ustedes necesitaron un voto para llegar a donde están ahorita.
I just want you to reconsider because you need our votes to reach the
Así
position
necesitamos ese voto
you're in now.
para que no aumenten el costo que quieren dar para un vendedor.
So now we need your support not to raise these fees for street vendors.
Ese costo es completamente inevitable para un vendedor.
The cost is inevitable for street vendors.
¿Por qué la ciudad de San Diego? ¿Por qué la ciudad de Santa Mónica tiene un costo menos?
Muchas
General
gracias.
public
Why
comment?
does San Diego and Santa Monica have less of a cost? Gracias, señor.
Gracias.
Su comentario general.
Por favor, repítelo su nombre.
Su nombre, por favor.
Aureliano Santiago. Espero que voten, por favor,
And I hope you take a right vote on this, please.
con la moción que presentó la concejal
señor.
Nitian.
For the motion presented by Councilor Nithya. Thank you very much.
Gracias.
I think senior citizens should get him free.
Okay.
I don't
if
think it
I've
should have
called
been
your name,
doubled.
Please come up again. Alex Thomas.
These
Leona
people aren't-
Kender, Ana Cruz, Ana
Aren't
Nejera.
making millions of dollars
Please state your
and,
name.
and fending, skirting taxes. Let's be honest.
Mi nombre es Hermenegilda García,
Yes, my name
soy
is
vendedora ambulante.
Hermenegilda Garcia. I'm a street
Exposition
vendor
Park.
in Exposition Park.
Estoy aquí para hablar el tema número 33 de la agenda de hoy.
And I'm here to speak on issue number 33 in today's agenda.
¿Por qué estoy aquí? Porque tengo una gran preocupación
And I'm
por
here
el aumento del costo
because I'm greatly worried about the increase of the cost
del permiso de los vendedores ambulantes
Of the
en
fee
el área de Los Ángeles.
for the permit for street vendors in the Los Angeles area.
Sabemos que al pagar 541 es un permiso de venta, es un costo muy elevado
We know 541 is a very elevated cost for us,
para la economía de los vendedores de
Considering-
bajos recursos.
considering street vendors' economy, the low resources they have.
Okay. ¿Qué podemos ver en el ejemplo de otras ciudades como San Diego, como Santa Mónica?
We can look to examples set by other cities like San Diego and Santa Monica.
Son permisos muy bajos.
They have very low fees for their
Mu-
permits.
Muchas gracias. Es
Señora,
su
gracias.
tiempo.
Es su tiempo.
Okay.
Gracias.
Gracias.
Thank you.
Okay.
Espero que tomen en cuenta
Yeah, I hope you consider us,
lo que estamos
Gracias.
pidiendo.
what we're requesting. Sí, sí, gracias.
Okay. Then we have, again, Alex Thomas, Leona Kamner, Ana Cruz.
Yeah, it's just
Ana
a cash
Nejera.
grab
And please
from everybody.
state your name.
They gotta get everybody's money.
Miss Ana Cruz.
And which item would you like to speak on?
I would like to speak on item 33.
Okay, you have 1 minute for the item.
Okay. I'm concerned of the price of the permit can increase to $541 on July 1st. Today we ask you to support the motion on the vending permit cost study to support thousands of families that depend on street vending in Los Angeles. And we ask you to extend the reduced cost of $291 on the sidewalk vending permit until the update fee study has been conducted. It is necessary that the cost of the permit reflects an amount that is affordable for them. Let's take the example of the city of San Diego that has a permit of $38 and look for ways to support street vendors to comply with the regulations but without breaking their stability. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker.
Who the fuck's buying a dime bag of weed?
Buenos días. Mi nombre es Belén Ortiz. Soy vendedora ambulante en la ciudad de Los Ángeles.
My name is Belen Ortiz. I'm a street vendor in the city of Los Angeles.
Estoy aquí para hablar del tema número 33
Also here to speak on issue number 33
de la agenda de hoy.
in today's agenda.
Okay, you have 1 minute for the
Un
item.
minuto, señora, por cada asunto.
Es muy caro el precio del permiso
Yes, the fees for the permit are very high.
de 291.
$291.
Para nosotros los vendedores no podemos pagar ese permiso.
For street vendors who cannot afford these quotes, permits.
Sabemos que en otras ciudades el costo es muy bajo.
We've seen that other cities have
Right,
very low
hippie?
costs.
Como un ejemplo,
Thieves.
en la ciudad de San Diego es
No, James.
$38.
As an example, in San Diego, it's only $38.
Les pedimos por favor que mantengan el costo del permiso ahorita, a ver qué se puede solucionar con nosotros.
So we ask you
Hi,
to please
Flusha.
keep the cost of the permit at a level right now to see until we can resolve something.
Por favor, se los pedimos. Muchas
And that's
gracias.
what we request from you, please. Thank you very much.
Okay, next speaker.
Well, I get what you're saying, Michael, but again, I still think for you to double anything is insane.
Inocencia Medina.
Just really quickly, I'm on eBay. You guys know I'm on eBay. So, your favorite person sitting in that house decided to say, "Huh." And this is not LA City. This is the government of the United States. It said, "Huh, you guys on eBay are making too much money. You guys are making billions and millions and trillions of dollars. So, we're going to take you from making $20,000 a year tax-free. Anything up $20,001 is when you pay." So they decided this year, to make it from $20,000 to $600 to tax you over at $600 instead of at $20,000. What do you think about that?
¿Por cuál es la razón que nos están subiendo
Talk about lowering levels.
a nosotros?
So what's the reason?
Not
for
from
the high
$20,000 to
costs?
$10,000, from $20,000 to $600. Why?
Pido consideración por
So those
todos
piece of
los
shit Democrats could have their fucking hand in my pocket too. That's why I wish the fucking worst for every one of them and their little kids. And their little kids. They're fucking 4-year-olds. I wish the
I ask
worst
for
for
your
them.
Consideration for these street vendors. They're in a very bad economy. Some days they don't even sell anything.
Les pido por favor, en nombre de todos los
Okay, and you
senadores
fucking, I'm calling your
nos
bluff.
den ese,
Put your tongue on the pole. See if I'm lying.
les estamos pidiendo.
Google it.
Yeah,
Gracias.
I'm asking in the name of all the senators to give us all this request, please.
Disgusting. Those people
Thank you.
disgust me. Like it's like looking
next
at a
speaker,
pile of throw up.
We have Carlos
What makes me
Roman,
want to just throw
Carlos
up.
Salcedo,
Turns my stomach.
Claudia Moreno.
Turns my stomach looking at that dude's face. No, fuck their kids. Don't protect their kids. Fuck them and their kids and every fucking grandmother of theirs and all of them. Their entire lineage. Their
am
entire
Victoria
life.
Enriquez from
Their
District
entire
9. I'm
family
also a
tree.
street vendor.
Every
Here on 43rd
cousin,
and
every
Central.
aunt, uncle, all of them.
Les voy a hablar en plural a todos los que están sentados en este lugar, que por favor, que venimos, ¿a qué venimos, compañeros?
I
A
ask,
que bajen
please,
el precio del permiso
I ask, please, of all of you in plural, everyone here, we come all.
that's the IRS, that's
workers here,
different.
all street vendors to request that you lower these fees
Through
for the permit.
winning something there, wagon
Porque
train.
en otros lados,
versus
en
me
otras
working
ciudades
for it.
es más barato. Y porque aquí en Los Ángeles y ustedes que son de la mesa directiva quieren
I work hard putting those cards
subirle
up.
más alto el
Hours
precio.
every fucking
Why
day,
is it
bro.
that the fees are more affordable in other surrounding cities? And
Every
here in
fucking
this
day,
directive,
hours.
In this legislative body, you want to raise the prices.
Le pedimos al fiscal, a Corris Price, que vote para que no suban, alteren más el precio. En otras ciudades es más bajo.
We asked the city attorney and Mr. Price, our counselor, please do not increase our fees. Other cities are cheaper.
Y también venimos
Thank you,
para que
hippie.
sea más bajo
I can't.
el costo
Not a
del
Democrat.
permiso
They
de la
wouldn't.
tercera edad,
I'd never get in
o
there.
sea, cero para la tercera edad.
We'd also ask that you reduce the price or give a zero cost to people that are senior citizens that have to do this.
Porque todavía tengo la deuda de la renta.
Because I still have debt for my rent that I haven't paid.
Ustedes creen que porque estamos vendiendo en la calle nos estamos haciendo ricos.
Thank
No,
you.
señores.
And you think we're getting rich off of selling in the
Muchas
streets?
gracias.
That's what I'm saying.
Sí, gracias.
You think we're getting rich off of selling some hot
Thank you.
dogs in the
Next speaker.
streets? That's my
Muchas
point.
gracias.
And you're already taxing them. You're already getting 291. Do you realize how many of them there are out there?
I just want to remind folks
Probably
we have a lot of
20,000
speakers,
times
and we may not have time to go
291.
through all of the speakers.
Of course
So
not.
I'm going to just put out there that if you want to get up there and say your name and that you agree with the previous speakers, that's okay too. That's a good way to help get your voice out there and keep the
Shut up.
it moving.
You're
So that's just
violating
an
the
option
Brown
for
Act,
folks
motherfucker.
that
Everyone
certainly
should be
would help
speaking.
Ensure there's many more speakers. And if
You can
could
get up and
translate that
support
as
the
well,
last
please.
person. Just say I support them,
También, si
so we
se
can get
pueden
it
coordinar
through.
y decidir
Get
si
through
una
our
persona
day
va a hablar
already.
de parte suya, o si solo quieren pasar a decir que apoyan al vocero que
I
habló
know 291
anteriormente
is
para
too much.
mantener todo más
So
fluido,
500
para que
plus
hable la
is way
mayoría de
too much,
personas
right,
posible.
Catherine?
Así lo mantenemos todo más breve.
Sick.
Gracias.
I mean, these folks are not getting rich off this shit.
Remind us of the name that you signed up under and the items you would like to speak on.
If you ask me, the only thing that they should honestly require these people to not do is to take their carts and putting it in front of a brick and mortar that serves food. Because that's not fair to the brick and mortar. Okay? Even if you're serving something different. It's a taco shop and you're serving hot dogs outside. Still, it's not fair. That's the only requirement that I would say that these people should not be doing. Other than that, it's ridiculous that they're getting charged the way they are.
Cost for street vendors.
I'm sure some of them are sinful, but that's my point. That should be one regulation. Because again, they regulated the taco trucks like that. You know, they have all these food trucks, and these people aren't considered the food trucks. Okay, because they only have a little cart. So you have your carts, you have your food trucks, and they both compete with the brick and mortars. So it's not fair to the brick and mortar. And I understand that. And I'm for the brick and mortar too. So there's got to be some rules. All I'm saying is don't tax the shit out of them because, again, they're not making tons of money through it anyways. But I understand. They want their hand in every single person's pocket. And I hope every one of these motherfuckers that are there complaining today remember that when they vote next year. I hope they do. And if you vote again for the same fucks, let them put it to $1,000 a month for you.
The low cost.
You deserve everything you get then.
For senior citizens.
And that's the problem. Don't show up to vote for any of these folks.
Next speaker.
No votes for none of them. That's what you need to do. No vote. A no vote on all of them.
Please come forward. Other folks are Ana Najera, Antonio Castillo, Carmen Salcido, Claudia Bovel. Okay, welcome.
Sí. Hola, buenos días, señores concejales. Mi nombre es Lidia.
Good morning,
Go ahead.
councilors. My name is Lidia. Sí, continúe, señora. ¿Qué tema?
Vendedora y madre soltera de 2 niños.
Thanks, Billy.
I'm a street vendor and single mother of 2 children.
Estoy aquí para pedirles que voten sí a la moción de la concejal Raman.
Also here requesting your vote of yes for Ms. Rahman, our councilor's proposal.
Queremos un precio accesible, especialmente para la tercera edad.
We especially want an accessible cost for the people who are senior citizens of advanced age.
Este aumento de 541 nos impactará
The increase to $541 will impact us all.
porque las ventas están por los suelos.
As you see, sales have been very, very low.
En mi área de venta hay personas de hasta 82 años
The area that I sell at, there are people there that are even 82 years old.
Jesus.
que venden ropa de segunda mano de solo $1.
They're selling that hot dog to eat, to stay alive, not to be go get a Maserati next week.
Queremos permisos gratuitos para la tercera edad.
So we want them advanced stage people to have free permits.
Gracias.
An 82-year-old person should be at home enjoying
Thank
TV
you.
in the
Next
last little
speaker.
bits of their life, not having to get up to sell a hot dog early morning or afternoon just to be able to fucking survive.
Buenos días, señores concejales. Mi nombre es Julián Flores y vengo a hablar sobre el tema del número 33 y también también de todos los temas y los problemas que tenemos nosotros.
Good morning,
Comentario
councilors.
público.
I'm Julian Flores. I've
Este-
come to speak on issue 33 and also provide public comment to tell you all about all the problems that we have.
Okay, you have
Sí,
1
señor.
minute for the item and 1 minute for general
Un
public
minuto
comment.
para el tema y un minuto para comentario público. Pasa.
Yo pido a los concejales que nosotros tenemos las ventas muy bajas y tendemos nuestro puesto y en el día vendemos hasta 15, 20 dólares porque
Yes.
también vendemos cosas de $1.
Well, I'd like
Y-
to tell the councilors that, well, during the day we tend to our posts and our sales are very low. Some days we only sell $15 to $20. We sell items that are like $1 each.
Yeah.
Yo soy persona de la tercera edad y sufro convulsiones.
I'm a senior citizen and I've suffered convulsions, seizures.
Y la inflación está muy dura para nosotros, ya que no hay clientes que nos compren ahorita por lo mismo de la inflación.
The inflation is very high right now and the clients don't buy our products because of the inflation.
Y pido que cancelen el pago por lo mismo de que no tenemos ventas y que para nosotros de la tercera edad no nos alcanza.
I would ask you to cancel our fees. People that are senior citizens of advanced age, we don't have enough sales. We just don't have enough to pay.
Muchas gracias, señores concejales.
Thank you very much, councilors.
Les pido por favor que vean por nuestros pagos de nosotros. No podemos con esos pagos muy altos.
I ask you to please
que quieren
consider
poner
our
de
fees.
541.
We can't afford a $541 cost.
Gracias.
Thank you.
Okay, so the LA City says these people earn about $12,000
Thank you.
annually. They want $291 a month. Now they want $541 a month. So basically, they want 5% of your annual sales.
Good morning,
Just
councilors.
about.
I'm Javier Felix.
Just
Sanchez,
about.
also
Really
a street
close.
vendor.
Few dollars away from 5% of their annual sales.
Tema número 33 de la agenda sobre el precio que quieren aumentar a 541, que es muy alto para nosotros.
I also want to refer to issue 33. The price of $541, the fees for street vendors is too high for us.
Porque aquí hay mucha gente que la mayoría de vendedores son mujeres y personas de la tercera edad.
The majority of the street vendors are women, senior citizens of advanced age.
Y realmente eso nos perjudica mucho porque las ventas están muy bajas y no podemos hacer esos pagos tan altos de 541.
guys, let's smoke.
This will really affect us because sales are so low. We cannot afford $541 for the price of the fee.
Y realmente nosotros como vendedores ambulantes no tenemos la mayoría un estatus migratorio, entonces no podemos agarrar trabajo en la ciudad de Los Ángeles.
You know,
No, I
a
think
lot of
it's
street
per
vendors
year.
don't have proper immigration
Not per
status,
month,
so
it's
they
year.
can't get other jobs in the city of Los Angeles, making things very
That's what I was
difficult.
looking. I couldn't find it. Didn't specify, of course. Pretty sure that's per year.
That's why it's so difficult for us to cover this price for street vendor permits.
But I could be wrong. If it's per month, that's really disgusting. It's even worse.
That's okay.
It's even worse.
Gracias.
$25 hot dog? No way.
Okay, next speaker.
Hot dogs
and then
maybe
other
$10
speakers include Dr.
max.
Kindrell
Nobody's
Truthface,
buying
Stacey
$25 hot dogs
Bollinger,
outside.
Susan Roca. Go ahead.
Buenos días, mi nombre es Merlin Alvarado, soy una vendedora ambulante en la ciudad de Los Ángeles y hoy vengo a dar comentario público del tema número 33 de la lista.
Hi, good morning. I'm Melin Alvarado, also a street vendor in the city of Los Angeles, wanting to give my comment on issue 33 and public comment.
Money for what, Tio? What are you asking? I don't understand what you're saying.
Sí, señora, tiene un minuto para el tema y un minuto de comentario público. Pasa.
Mi comentario es que el precio del permiso tiene que ser retomado porque si a esto le aumentamos el alto costo de la vida en California, los vendedores ambulantes todavía estamos sufriendo una brecha que nos quedó muy grande durante la pandemia.
Yes, I'd like you to
Muchos-
reconsider this cost for the fees for street vendors, because if you consider the high cost of living, the inflation, and a lot of us are still going through the debt that we incurred during the pandemic.
Muchos han sido desalojados, muchos han cambiado de vivienda.
So many people had to have been evicted and had to move out of their home.
Muchos que no eran vendedores vinieron a ser vendedores por la misma necesidad y el aumentar el permiso es un costo muy elevado a la suma de la comida, de la vivienda.
Many people that were not street vendors are now street vendors out of strictly need, and if you increase this cost, it'll increase with all the other costs, the cost of living, rent.
Un gran número de vendedores ambulantes son personas de la tercera edad o personas que físicamente no pueden desempeñar un trabajo pesado.
And a lot of the people that are street vendors are advanced age, physically disabled, that cannot perform heavy jobs.
Muchísimas gracias.
But thank you very much.
Thank you. Next speaker. Next speaker who signed up.
This thing is such a weird fucking baloney website.
Mi nombre es Julia Orozco, soy
City
vendedora
should be
ambulante
ashamed of
del
themselves.
área de Vermont y Marathon.
Hi, good morning. I'm Julia Orozco, street vendor in the area of Vermont and Marathon.
Vengo a hablar del tema número
Nowhere does it say how long it is.
sobre soy comentario público.
Also, to issue 33 and public comment.
A mí se me
You
hace
have
una
1 minute for the item and 1 minute for general
Un
public
minuto por
comment.
el asunto y un minuto para comentario público.
Yo vengo a hablar que a mí se me hace una injusticia que quieran subir el precio de 541.
Yes, I think it's an injustice that you want to raise the price to 541.
Se me hace injusto porque soy una vendedora que estoy ahorita en bajos recursos, estoy atrasada con mi renta,
And it seems unjust because I'm a street vendor of low income and I'm so behind with rent.
soy una afectada sobre el COVID.
And I've
Las
been-
ventas ahorita están por los suelos, están muy bajas.
It's really been affected by the pandemic, the COVID pandemic. Sales have been very low now.
Y como todas madres que estamos aquí, luchamos para sacar adelante a nuestros hijos y a mí me preocupa qué es lo que le voy a llevar de comer a mis hijos a su mesa.
And so, like a lot of single mothers doing this, I worry about what I'm going to feed my children, what I'm going to take home for them to eat tonight.
El cómo vestirlos y cómo tienen que ir a la escuela también para la educación de nuestros hijos.
Also to dress them and send them to school because our kids need education.
Yeah.
General public comment.
Sí,
Go
haga su
ahead.
comentario público. sí, sí.
Gracias.
Thank you.
Okay, next speaker.
Yeah, but that's at a restaurant,
Speaker name
Daddy.
of each item.
Come on now. That's $29 hot dogs at baseball games.
nombre es
On the
Eulalia
street, there's no
Chávez, soy
$29 hot
vendedora
dogs.
ambulante
Come on
de
now.
aquí del Distrito
Be
1.
honest.
Hi, I'm Eulalia Chavez. I'm a street vendor in District 1 here.
Right, Apache? I've looked forever right now. 10 minutes I've been looking. Won't tell you.
Para hablar del tema 33.
It's got to be per year. If it's per month,
So here
that's
to speak
really
on issue
bad.
33 in
Ah!
today's agenda.
If they're only making,
Estoy
it's half their
pidiendo
money.
que
It's
no
50% of
incrementen
their
el precio
income.
del costo del permiso, porque nos afectaría económicamente.
And it'll be
Well, I'm
70%
also
if the
requesting
increase
that you
goes
don't
up.
raise the cost of this permit because it affects us also much economically.
Ya que muchos de nosotros los vendedores ambulantes fuimos muy afectados en la pandemia y muchos de nosotros todavía debemos deudas de nuestras viviendas.
Because a lot of street vendors were so affected by the pandemic, and we still owe a
Yeah,
lot of
I always
rent
think they're
that's
yearly.
backed up
I don't
for
think
our
they're
homes.
monthly. It's not like a bus
Por eso-
pass, you know.
Por eso les pedimos que
Too much turnover
estudien
monthly.
el costo del permiso, ya que 541 significa un impacto tremendo y sería imposible que nuevos vendedores obtengan sus permisos porque son costos altos.
This is why we want you to do the proper report and study the amount of the permit cost. 541 is way too high for all of us.
Cat, yeah, I think it's about
Thank you very
$10, I guess, for a hot dog. I mean, I don't buy them really, so. 100 grand for the permit to sell cannabis? Oh, yeah. That's why the cannabis industry's in shit. It's in the dumper. Because there's too much tax and over-regulation. And here you go again. Any industry that they can put their hands into.
Enrique Quesada on issue number 33.
Are they hurting for money? Yes. Only because they spend too much. Kind of like the other guy in Washington.
Mountain Marathon.
Spend, and then tax. so that way I can pay for the spending. Wake up.
I'd like you all councilors to
Wake
consider
up.
street vendors. The economy
Fucking all in
for us
front of
has
your
been very
face.
Algunos podemos pagar permiso,
low. Some people can pay for the
pero para la
permit,
persona que tiene mayoría de niños se les hace muy difícil.
but like single mothers, for them it's very difficult.
Les pido a los concejales que hagan algo.
Yeah, which is making things even worse, Jamie.
Aquí en Los Ángeles.
Making your
And
money
ask the
worth
councilors
less
to do something regarding
with
this
every
issue,
dollar
because your
printed.
councilors in Los Angeles are very good people.
Y ojalá que presenten esa moción y que nos ayuden en eso, en el costo de los permisos.
So I hope you pass this motion and help us with our costs,
Como la ciudad de Santa Mónica,
like they do in the city of San
San
Monica
Diego.
and San Diego.
que es un precio de bajo costo.
And they keep it at a lower
Yeah,
cost.
Apache dog.
Gracias.
Because again, the market's
you.
already flooded in Oklahoma. My friends have gone out there and started shit in Oklahoma. Okay, it's flooded. It's like everything else, and I guarantee you, give it a year or two, it'll be just like here, where people will be hurting, and they'll be almost giving the weed away
I would
just to
like
stay alive.
Speak on the 33 and the general public comment.
Okay, you have 1
And
minute
because
for
of the
the item and 1
overtaxation
minute for
here,
general
they've
public
decided to go to other states.
Good morning, City Council and members. My name is Miguel Perez. I am an organizer of the street vendor on the spot. I am worried about increase in the cost the street saying. I now manage street vendor. Most of them arguing. I throw every day to get money of the sale second get. And paying $541. This is a very expensive for them. We want a cost reduction of the 291.
General public comment?
You know, to be fair,
Señores concejales, les pido también a ustedes a que apoyen a las personas, a vendedores de la tercera edad, a un costo cero, igual con las personas discapacitadas como la señora que tengo atrás. Ella está en su silla de rueda, también a las personas que son ciegos, prosiegos, sordomudos, también son vendedores ambulantes que ustedes no los han tomado en cuenta o que también su voz no se escucha en este salón. Yo me gustaría que lo tomaran en cuenta y que sea un costo
That's what
cero
I think,
para
Lee.
estas personas
Repass.
especiales. También
Okay.
agradezco.
I'd like for a lower cost for disabled and single mothers. I believe you said
it
people
should
of
be.
advanced
It should
age,
be
that would
anybody who's a
very
senior
reduced
should
cost.
really be able to be fucking
También
free.
agradezco
Be
a
honest with you.
concejal Nitia,
If you're 70 and up and still
concejal,
selling stuff, you should be free. That's
Hugo,
just my opinion.
Yes, I'm very grateful for
también
Two.
Councilor Nithya
concejal
Raman.
Unice, que nos ha apoyado.
The ones that are of age, okay, and they can't pay 541 and 291's normally what they're paying, make them pay 330 or something. Not fucking 541, not double, a little more. Not a lot more. Make it easy.
Okay, I can call some more.
Mi nombre es Cristina Briones y estoy aquí por la 33 y ay.
Hi, I'm Cristina Briones.
I agree, Terry. I agree, Weed. It's ridiculous. It's sad. They need their money too. Struggling just to live, just to stay alive.
Ya que pues la verdad
They need their money.
muy caro para nosotros.
Should anger the fuck out of you, dude.
Yo que necesito que
They're
me
robbing
ayude
them. They
para
might as well
varias
just take her
I'm
purse.
also
Give
requesting
me
that
your
you reduce
fucking
the
purse, bitch.
cost of this permit.
They might as well
There's
do
not
that.
very many
Give me your
sales, and we
fucking
have a hard
purse,
time
bitch.
Paying for our bills right now.
Si es posible para las
I don't see it any
personas como yo
different.
y las demás
No different than the dude on the
familias
street
ya
snatching it
mayores,
off her arm.
si fuera,
No different.
por favor,
Except for they're in a suit that we
And if
paid for.
possible,
mucho mejor.
For people
Only
like me,
difference.
people of advanced age, it should be zero, please. Thank you very much.
Okay? That's the only difference I fucking see. It disgusts me. Absolutely disgusting.
Next speaker.
People are subhuman, low lives.
Good morning, Speaker.
And their
Could you
kids
please
will grow up
remind
to
us
be
of
the same
name that you
thing.
signed
Just
up
like
for this
Zev
and items you
Yaroslavsky's
would like to
daughter,
speak on?
who's on this fucking,
Buenos días.
on this
Mi
quorum.
nombre es Rocael Gelista.
Huh.
My name is Rocael.
Go look what her
Calista.
dad did. Then see what she's doing now. And then tell me if it isn't
I'm also
well,
a
the
street
kids grow
vendor
up to
on
be
the
just
streets
like
of
their
Los
parents'
Angeles.
shit.
Y vengo a protestar y a saber por qué razón Ahora quieren subir el precio, el costo del permiso a 541.
I'd like to protest the rising of this cost of permits to 541.
Si en 291 todavía estaba un poco alto para nosotros, si es posible que lo puedan reducir, enhorabuena, estaríamos muy agradecidos con ustedes.
It's been very high since 2021 still, so now if you can reduce it, we'd be very grateful.
Porque muchas familias dependemos de lo que vendemos en las banquetas y ahorita con este golpe fulminante de 541 sería peor, no dormiríamos.
A lot of families depend on our street sales, a lot of people, and with this great extravagant expense of 541, we would not even be able to sleep right.
Pido por favor que pongan atención a todo esto porque es muy importante para la economía de nuestra familia y para la economía de esta ciudad
So
tan
I'd
linda
like for you
como
to
Los
pay
Ángeles.
attention to all of us because we're very important to this economy, to the great economy of the city of Los Angeles.
Muchas gracias.
Gracias, señor. Thank you.
Yeah, they don't get no respect. Nothing.
Okay, next speaker.
Straight a
I've
bunch
called
of
your
Rodney
name already.
Dangerfields
Please come
right there.
forward.
No respect. Just want your money. Fuck off.
Good morning, Speaker. If you could please
I don't care if
remind
you're
us of the name that
82.
you signed up
Keep
under
working.
and the
Keep
items
selling
you
them
would like to
dogs
speak
for
on.
me.
My name is Susan Rocha. I live in CD1. I wanted to speak on especially number 34. Is it 33? 32, general, 32, 33, and 34.
Well, from where he's probably from, Brian, it could be still considered a great economy. That's why there's a lot of grifters here.
1 minute for the other
It's
item.
a huge
and 1
economy
minute for
here in
general
this
public
state.
comment.
Okay, I'm sorry. Can you repeat that? Which items can I do the 1 minute?
I think that's what he was
You-
kind of
you
looking at.
Also mentioned item 33, so you have 1 minute for item 33.
Some of these
but
people might have
items
made
32 and
10 bucks in a
34
day.
are not open for
Now they
public
can
comment,
make
but you can
10,
speak
20
to
in an
them
hour.
during general.
Big difference.
Okay.
So you
Big
have
difference.
1 minute for the item and 1 minute for general public
So
comment.
that's what I think
And
he was looking
again,
at,
the
Brian.
1 minute I have for the other item was which number?
Number 33.
33. Okay. So my time starts now.
Yes, please begin with the item.
I think it's a really
Refresh,
sad day
Aqua.
to see people coming in here asking for a reduced fee that struggle to survive. That's really, really beyond belief.
Right?
You
It
know,
is.
And it has nothing to do with race.
Nope.
It has to do with
Greed.
surviving.
And greed
Just
of these
barely
people.
making enough food on the table.
Right?
So I want you all to think about that real hard because everyone here has food on their table, but people that struggle have to come in here and beg for a reduced fee. That's really a sad day in our city's history.
That's right. I agree with her 100%.
Okay, the other thing is on general comment.
She's right on the money. Their greed, these piece of shit's
Divine Savior
greeds.
Catholic Church in Cypress Park took me to court, falsely accused me of a crime. I went to court, was found not guilty by a jury. The whole thing was a lie, made up, prosecuted with no evidence and no witnesses, just because they think they heard a voice for 15 seconds that never happened. That's absolutely ridiculous, and I'm asking the city attorney to investigate what they did to me, because that was so wrong that you let the Catholic Church get their way because they thought I would plea deal it out. That's really sick that they would have that much power to prosecute me for a whole week for something that never happened because they think that they heard a voice for 15 seconds. God, what kind of prosecuting attorneys do you have? Like the neighborhood prosecutor, Gabrielle Taylor, she's still fighting me over my factually innocent. That's really wrong. I hope you invest.
They won't.
Thank you.
They
Thank you for
muted
your
her.
comments.
They don't care about anything you had to
Next
say.
speaker. Next speaker, please.
Those are your people. Those are the ones you voted for. Remember that. Remember when you vote. Disgusting though. She's right. These people have to fight for just some having crumbs on their plate. Ain't none of these people going outside jumping in a Maserati and going home to Beverly Hills.
The next
None
speakers
of
after
them.
that would be Victor
None.
Vasquez, Cole Kenyatta, and Gary Kenman. So unless I've called your name already, And I've called Dr. Truthpay, Stacy Segarra Bollinger.
Truth Bay's gonna give him some.
Here. Go ahead, Dr. Truthpay.
Good morning, Dr.
hold
Truthpay.
on,
Which items would you like to speak on?
Good morning. All available items and public comment, please.
Okay, so you have
Morning,
3
Vic.
minutes for the items and 1 minute for general
Here's
public
San
comment.
Diego.
All right, thank you. 39, communication, transferring opioid settlement trust fund, tobacco settlement, to help drug pilot treatment for people experiencing homelessness is a very good thing. So whatever the amount is, because you don't have an actual amount, that would be very necessary for Skid Row. So thank you for that agenda item. Let's follow through with actual resources for those who need mental health help. 42, the cadet program, LAPD cadet program, and where you're transferring $55,000 for food, that's fine. Now, what I do suggest, because cadets are training to be LAPD. This morning, I was almost prevented from coming here from Stoltz, your front door officer. Very disrespectful. Go out of his way to prevent me from coming here to exercise my First Amendment rights. I need you guys to train your officers who are adults before we go into the cadet program. Number 33. Colectivo Poder Comunitario, right? Collective, Community Power Collective. Why are you charging these vendors anything? $541, just a random number out of a hat. It should be free. They should have free permits, gratis, for them working, selling their food, and making a living. There should be not even a $200 payment, a $100 payment, or $50 payment. It should be zero, gratis. The people are tired. These are taxpayers that put you in the seats and you barely even speak to them or how they're doing. They're facing eviction. A lot of them are going through homelessness. They're trying to make a living for their families. So this permit, $541, you need to nix it. You need to get rid of it. Do not charge hardworking LA City constituents any type of permit fee when you guys haven't contributed to the welfare of our being for our family and our children.
Remember that when you vote.
Council.
Just remember it when you vote.
Money already. So I'm asking you, please, zero, low cost, maybe $20, but $541 is outrageous. Let's not do that to these people. Let us do that to our people. Power to the people.
I mean, there's got to be 100,000 of these folks.
Si se puede.
Times 541.
Now, this is not on the agenda. I have to speak on it in public comment, but Taylor Bakewell is
Almost a mill right there.
To have her as a tourism elect. Her family owns half of the property in L.A. County, the Bakewells.
Harlan's?
Down to the airports where Nuri Martinez was caught telling Bakewell, well, you should gentrify and get L.A. airports. But now you have Taylor Bakewell elected to be in part of the tourism so they can make $1 billion. We need to have housing for everyone, not just a certain rich mulatto family to sit on Christian values while they poverty pimp the rest of LA City. We ought to do better. We need a youth council. You need to have more engagement with the people who voted you in.
Probably
these
Sky.
Seats. It's very important that we have to be respectful in our position. So I want you to say thank you very much for our vendors,
I'm guessing,
and hopefully you get zero permit funding from
ship's
541.
coming. Look at the ship, guys.
Power to the people.
Look at the ship. It's coming in. They've
Stacey
been waiting for it. The
Segarra Bollinger,
USNS
Victor Vasquez,
Guadalupe.
Cole, Kenyatta, and Gary.
It's coming in. Returning from deployment. We'll check it out when it rolls in, guys.
Good morning, Speaker.
So I'm
Could
paying
you please
attention to the
remind
ship.
us
I
of
know
the
I'm
name
probably
you
not
signed
supposed
up
to.
under and the items you would like to speak on?
There's Mr. Sachs.
Okay, I will speak English. I will try my English, okay? My name is Maria Ticas. I live in Pasadena, but I have a business in downtown LA. And I am Hispanic, I am immigrants. And my point is about children, single mothers, single fathers, housing.
No, Justin.
That's my point. Because last week I got experience. I was delivering clothing in Skid Row.
Oh, boogers on the wall.
And I found family.
Boogers on the wall, baby.
Boy, and they are immigrants with permit to live in United States, but the shelter were full. And I advocacy here for resource, for immigrants, for everybody with children, and for permit for business too, the street vendor, because a lot of families, single mother, single father, are they selling on the street, they selling everywhere to keeping their children in home, safety, good, buy shoes, buy clothing, they selling in the street because they have to support their kids.
Thank you.
That's it.
Muchas gracias.
Just trying to stay alive. They're not trying to go buy a new Maserati, which you would make money off anyways, even if they went and bought, right? The sales tax and all that. So let's be honest. Is that Stacy Cigar?
I've called your name.
It is. She's got no hat on today.
Speaker, which items would you like to speak on?
Items 1, 2, 33, and general public comment.
She fooled me
please.
today.
Okay, you have 3 minutes for the items and 1 minute for
Never
general
seen her without a hat.
Thank you. So items 1 and 2, it doesn't so much matter what they are. What matters is that Kevin DeLeon's name is on them. And what's happening is after every single one of you here made a vow to not work with a racist.
You all are.
All of you vowed to break quorum. What we're seeing is a rewriting of his legacy. Putting his names, allowing his name to be on these motions that do sometimes okay things. You're basically erasing that legacy of everyone knowing that he's a racist because they heard what he said on those audio recordings. They heard him laugh at the racist and homophobic things that were being said in that room. But to allow him to continue to present motions, to make presentations, you're saying, you know what? What's more important is all these other things, and we want you to forget about that racism. We want you to forget all the promises we made about breaking quorum. We want you to forget that we were completely racist and biased in our redistricting process, and we still have those district boundaries. So I don't see why we're putting his name on anything that we're presenting here, because every time that happens, that's another broken promise from all of you. 33 is a study. We need to do a study to figure out if charging the working class more money to do their job is going to help people. Do we really need to study that, you guys?
Right.
We need to do a study to figure out if charging working people more money to do their job is going to help.
Right.
Why do we need to study that?
Because we're
I
idiot
think
Democrats.
It's pretty obvious that they shouldn't be charged to do the jobs that they're doing, to sell the inexpensive, cheap items that they're desperately selling just to try to support their families, because you're not going to guarantee them housing. You're not going to guarantee them health care. You're not going to guarantee good educations for their children. You're not going to guarantee anything for their families. And now you say, you know what, you should pay us more money for the privilege of selling fruit and clothes and items on the sidewalk? How dare you? You want to study it?
Study makes money. They got to pay the people to do the study. It's how they make the money.
I'm
it's
sorry,
how they spend the budget.
You all have educations, and
why
you
they want
shouldn't
it.
need a study to know that charging a worker money to do their job isn't good for the worker. It isn't good for society. It isn't good for families. And these aren't people who have a lot of mobility. These aren't people that have a lot of options. If there were other good jobs and ways for them to feed their families, you don't think that they would be indoors doing something else, making more money? Shame on every single one of you for this utter bullshit.
It's true.
General public comment.
She's right on point.
There's a lot of work ahead for the city council. Come on, council, get a resignation to build back the trust of Angelinos. Come on, council, get a resignation. The unwillingness of Kevin to resign is a slap in the face. We deserve to move on. So come on, council, and get a resignation from him. You've got to break that quorum. Come on, Nithya, stand up, walk out. Well, I think that you know how. Come on, you guys. Nithya, these are your words that I'm using. You know better. Shame on you, shame on you, shame on you, you, and you.
Impressive.
Thank you. Next speaker,
Even
Victor
Darth agreed.
Vasquez, Cole Kagata,
I agree, Darth.
Gary Ackman.
I'm here to make public comment and also item 33.
Okay, you have 1 minute for the item and 1 minute for general public comment. Please
Thanks.
begin with the item.
My name is Sergio Jimenez from Community Power Collective, CPC and the vending community that spearheads the movement to organize street vendors in the city of LA and the county. Fully support item number 33, authored by Nathia Raman from City 4. Since the vending permit needs a revision and a study to remove the vending permit from the total recovery cost applied by the City Council in 2018, this massive threat of an increased vending permit will exclude vendors from obtaining their permit. While multiple cities have adopted a vending ordinance, the City of LA's is the most expensive in the entire state. The study needs to include real experts providing feedback of what a cost could look like, what it could include, and how it can best be developed. The only experts are the street vendors themselves, since they know the difficulties in obtaining this permit at the current cost and the potential increase of 541. How is it possible that the City of LA is okay with increasing the vending permit to 541 when cities such as San Diego have a
KDL.
vending permit that's $38?
General public comment.
Wouldn't the city want this permit to be more accessible for vendors who are currently struggling from low sales, the residue of a global pandemic, rent debt, and food insecurity, along with mass criminalization by the health department and Bureau of Street Services? We need a vending permit not tied to the funding of enforcement and the salaries of investigators of streets at LA. There's a conflict of interest when a vendor obtains their vending permit and a percentage of that permit, along with the multiple citations, are funneled directly to the enforcement agents or to repay the initial vending program cost. We're more than willing to support and organize workshops, one-on-ones, and presentations by the agency that will be mandated to study the cost. The study needs to be inclusive, with organized vendors' input being at the center of the study. Otherwise, we continue with a failed policy whose foundation is the criminalization of street vendors, not its inclusion and full support to succeed. Vote yes on item 33. Thank you.
So think about this: $291 a year now. They want to raise it to $541,
Okay.
and just to tell you, Santa Monica, it's $28
Victor
a year.
Vasquez, Cole Kenyatta, Gary Ackman.
Buenos días, miembros del concilio.
28,
Mi nombre es
not
Rosa
291,
Miranda.
28.
Good morning, councilors. My name is Rosa Miranda.
Soy organizadora con Colectivo Poder Comunitario.
I'm also an organizer.
Think
with
about that for a second.
Community Power.
10x, over
Collective.
10x.
Estoy aquí urgiéndoles a ustedes que puedan congelar el costo de 291 y que continúe el estudio.
And you tell
de
me
la
these people aren't
concejal
crooks?
Nitia.
They're good
I'm
people.
here to ask you all, please, to freeze the cost at 291.
Don't insult
and
my
proceed
intelligence.
With the proposal made by our councilor, Nithya.
Necesitamos pensar en todos esos retos a los que se van a enfrentar los vendedores ambulantes.
You have to think of all the battles that these street vendors have to confront.
Yes, Bill.
Les urjo su voto
per year.
y que puedan apoyar a personas mayores, a personas personas con alguna capacidad especial.
So I urge for your vote and to support these senior citizens or people who are especially disabled.
Y sobre todo a esas madres solteras que necesitan apoyo de ustedes.
Yes, and above all the single mothers and fathers that need all your support.
Sí al estudio y sí
Well,
a
that's
apoyar a
considering if they're
vendedores
out
ambulantes.
every
So
single
yes to the
day,
study,
hippie.
And yes, support street vendors.
Do you work every day?
Yes.
You got to figure they have a lot of competition too. Have you ever seen how many hot dog carts are next to each other?
Item 43.
Might be 10 of them sometimes in a
So
row.
you have 1 minute for the
Outside
item
of a
and 1 minute
concert,
for general
10
public
in a
comment.
row.
Sean Smith. Greetings, councilmen, women, and people. Today is the anniversary of the Stonewall riots. This date, June 28th, is why we
Stonewall me.
celebrate Gay Pride in June. My name is Sean Smith. I'm a resident of downtown LA since 1990. Not long ago, I brought some ideas to our councilmen on how we can celebrate our downtown queer community, which has grown tremendously in the past 20 years. I am here today to support the run. Rainbow banners that I helped design with artist S.C. Mero. The flag is the most recent version, and we have added the run, which is a queer term for a district where we could exist from the 1940s to 60s when it was illegal to be rainbow. We hope the banners will be placed in front of historic and modern day locations, and that these banners will create safe spaces where people can thrive. We are partnered with Detail A Proud on this project, who is a nonprofit that creates the largest queer festival in downtown LA.
Look at the kids playing
at
tag in the
steps
back.
of City Hall. And you have also created a community center at the block on
playing tag in there.
On 7th Street. We are grateful for our allies, especially during this very ugly time nationally, where people are being attacked for being trans, drag, and queer. We're so lucky to be here in LA, but there's still so many places, even here, where we can't exist without being attacked. Thank you for your support, Kevin DeLeon, for doing the work by championing the Zoot Suits, Nancy Valverde, and our downtown queer community. We thank all of the council for continuing to support your diverse communities. We think through beauty, art, and love is how we can create change. Thank you.
Good morning, Speaker. If you could please remind us of the name that you signed up under and the items you would like to speak on.
Good morning. Victor Vasquez Sr., general comments.
Okay, you have 1 minute.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Victor Vasquez Sr. I'm with the LA City Contract Trucking Association. 8 long months have gone by trying to meet with employers, our employers, Street Services, Public Works. We finally met with them after a peaceful protest was enacted.
8 months.
This is our last plea to have a meet and greet with City Council. We didn't want to step on anyone's toes. We followed the chain of command, but now we have no choice. So I want to let City Council know that they have embraced us. Everyone has embraced us, including you guys. And the City Attorney, Heidi Soto, is using AB5 to execute us from working. AB5 excludes physicians, dentists, mobile barbers, real estate licenses. What about us? If Tom Bradley were here today, he would have fought for us to reclaim our jobs. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Gary. My last name is Arakilian. I'm one of the 93 truckers that are going to get laid off in just a couple of days. And what I want to address here is for Heidi Soto, that we are legal. We have attorneys that have presented the facts in this case, that AB5 does not affect us. But still at the moment, we haven't heard any response. We pave streets. We give Angelinos better streets to drive on. And I don't like to specifically point out, but I did email to Mr. Paul Krikorian's office to a number of his employees, including Caro Torosian and Anna Barranca. And I still haven't gotten any response back because this has a lot of details that we need to go into about our legality to work through AB5. And just consider that 93 families plus our drivers are going to be without a job very soon. Those people are going to face poverty. Thank you.
I support the truckers. Big ups to the truckers, man.
Eastbound and down, loaded up and trucking.
Let's
Good
go.
morning, Speaker. If you could please remind us of the name that you signed up under and the items you would like to speak on.
Kenyatta Cole. And I'm public comment and also 33.
You have 1 minute for the item and 1 minute for general public comment. Do you mind
chase?
just pulling the microphone a
No
little bit closer?
chase.
Thank you.
Train
Is that right?
derailment.
We good?
Yes, that's
in
better.
Moore
Thank you.
Park.
Can you restart my time?
At least 3 cars were derailed Wednesday when a train struck a vehicle in Moore Park.
It's an privilege to stand before the City Council. I'm honored. The work that you guys do, we appreciate it. It doesn't go unnoticed and undone. Just with the vendors, I'm gonna own and operate my business, and I know what it means and the cost, what it takes to own and operate a business, and to keep the rates low. Whatever you guys can do for the vendors, do that. I think they would appreciate it. The very streets that these vendors work, we pave. And so with that, I just wanted to bring you an update. I talked to Mike Gibson, and he's going to hammer out. They're going to the state legislation. He just needs support from the city council. He has the Black Caucus is also going. And just before I came in, I did speak with Maxine Waters. Blanca called, and we'll have a meeting with Maxine. And we just need the support from the city council. Just real quick, we worked, June the 30th is our contract was up.
Looks like a big rig that was on the tracks.
With even month-to-month contracts, we worked without a contract.
On a car.
And we have had a 2-year extension in this paving and asphalt paving and resurfacing. So it can be done. We have done it. And we just need you guys to
Where's the
support
train? Where's
and
the
allow
cars
us to
that are
pave these
derailed?
streets of Los Angeles, keep the Ascended Haul Truck program, and have all these Angelinos a better way of life, better community. And thank you to my district president, Mr. Marquis.
Bro, look at the tracks are all fucked
Dawson.
up. You ain't driving no
Appreciate
train
all
through
your
that
hard
thing.
Work, man. I do. We love the 8th district, and I'm just proud, man.
Where's the train?
Proud of you. Thank you.
There's the train. There we go.
Thank you.
Whoa.
So that concludes our in-person public comment. We'll now go to virtual public comment.
There's the train.
First
oh,
caller,
there's the
which
rest of the
items would you like
car
to speak
or the
on?
truck. Looks like a semi, like a cab of a semi. Yeah, look at that. There's no way
Caller
that's a
with
car.
the last 4 digits 1148.
Bro, look
Please
at
press
that.
star 6 to
Smash the
unmute.
shit out of that semi.
I'm
bro.
here.
Thank you.
Hi, which items would you like to speak on?
This is live in Moore Park, California.
I'd like to speak on
Just
40,
happened.
40,
25 minutes ago or so.
40, 41, 44, 42, 43, 46, 33, and general public comment, please.
Okay, you have 3 minutes for the items and 1 minute for general public comment. Please begin with the items.
Okay, thank you. In relation to the items, the Los Angeles City Council is a corrupt, criminally insane institution of organized crime.
It's true.
Vote trading kindergarten system, which did today as well. All votes will be vote traded. You vote for my garbage, and I'll vote
Look
for
at all the
your
people.
garbage.
Amtrak
No
getting off the train.
cohesive,
Passengers.
system for the city. The result, 80,000 homeless. We didn't have that with Tom Bradley, did we?
No, we didn't.
Item number, let's go to number,
Dude, look at the other side of the cab.
40.
It was a water truck.
Yeah,
That's what it
42.
was, a water tanker.
No, number 1, I'm sorry. This is Kevin Leon, that's his real name, and petty pink-faced corrupt Armenian dictator Paul Krikorian, who's thrown out more people in City Hall since the city of L.A. was instituted in 1871. This item is $15 million for 302 units, so-called affordable. Public, let's do a comparison, a contrast. That's $49,600 a unit. Unless I'm missing something, $15 million, 302 units. That's $49,000 a unit. Contrast to HHH, these criminals sitting here looted from the public that $1.2 billion at $700,000 per unit. This is the criminality that they gave to their developer buddies, and the street vendors in number 33 are having to come in here and beg for a couple $100. What? Are having to come in here and beg for a couple $100 reduction in these ridiculous fees and laying off minority truckers, the firing of them. When just yesterday, number 42, you have $55,000 to give more money to the LAPD. Just yesterday, you gave $42.3 million extra to the LAPD public, and these street vendors are having to come in here and beg for a couple $100. These damn criminals, when they've given Marquise Dawson, criminal little boy sitting there, $10 million in luxury offices. in the last couple years,
Him,
including
up there.
Council File 18-0957, including Paul Krikorian, petty pink-faced criminal worse than Martinez, voted for this trash, along with Bloomfield and the rest of these clowns. Why does the public have to come in here and beg at item number
General public
33? It
comment?
shouldn't even be on the damn agenda. It's a disgusting disgrace. Why do these minority truckers have to do the same? You're a disgrace, criminal, corrupt, sleazy council. Am I in my public comment yet?
Yes.
Oh, okay, thank you. It's really pathetic to see they drag in the name of Tom Bradley. Tom Bradley didn't have the support like it was said. He didn't have the black and Hispanic support, but he didn't have these clowns going to jail every other day. Marquise Dawson's the next one. He didn't have all that support. Yet we have 20% of the city council. The black community has 50% of the unemployment and the homelessness. The more of them are in there, the worse things are for all of us. Shout out to Ruth Galanter, who assisted the opening of the Black Communities Cultural Center.
Next speaker.
Yep. They just hung up on him.
Next
That's
caller,
fucked up.
which items would you like to speak on?
Speaking too much truth.
Hi, can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can hear you. Which items would you like to speak on?
Okay,
It blasted
general
that water
public
truck.
comment?
Okay, you have 1
That
minute.
water truck got blasted by that train.
Great. Hi, it's Daniel Gus, danielgus.substack.com. I am proud to let the council members know that over the weekend, my brand new Substack in its first year won the LA Press Club's Online Journalist of the Year Award, as well as the LA Press Club Award for Best Activist Journalism. On Friday, and I know Ms. Rahman is so thrilled about that, that I live in her district. On Friday at the committee meeting regarding Curran Price, Paul Krikorian factually wrong said that Richard Alarcon, by comparison, former council member Richard Alarcon, was acquitted on all charges. That is patently untrue. He was convicted on some of the charges. It was overturned, and after he served his sentence, the DA decided not to retry it because no further penalty could be sentenced on Mr. Alarcon. Twice now, Mr. Krikorian has refused to correct the record, allowing Los Angeles to think that Richard Alarcon was acquitted on all charges.
Next speaker.
This is an Amtrak train, Shumtown.
Next caller, which items would you like to speak on?
Hit a water truck in Moore Park. I guess the water truck was going.
Good afternoon. This is Brock Landers, private investigator. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Which items would you like to
Private
speak on?
investigator. I love it.
I would like to speak on 33, 40, 44, 46, and general public comment, please.
Okay, you have 3 minutes for the items and 1 minute for general public comment. Please begin with the items.
Thank you. Ms. Hernandez, you fell out of your chair while I was speaking during the last meeting. I apologize if I shocked you or had anything to do with it. I'm very disappointed in the people that were making fun of you after. According to my sources, some of the people in the horseshoe were involved. I hope that you're okay, and I want you to know you're one of my favorites.
Speaker, I'm not sure which item you're on. If you could please identify the item or move on to general public comment.
I don't have it. It's the one of the ones that she sponsored. I can finish this in general public comment. That's okay. 33. Is this fee going to apply to sex workers? If not, is that because it would negatively affect members of this chamber? Looking at you, KDL. When I was a kid, before my father left this shitty planet, he took me to Alvaro Street. It is one of the best memories that I have that doesn't include setting a woman's expectation of other men way too high. 40, the Alma Martinez to the Taxi Club Commission. Why is this still a thing? I do not understand with Uber and that why we still need taxi cabs. 43, banners for the rich history of the LBG community. I hope they have banners that talk about all the politicians that stood against same-sex marriage. Bill and Hillary Clinton, Barack and Michelle Obama, Joe and Joe Biden. And then they have a separate banner for the first president to be elected supporting same-sex marriage, Donald Trump. We could put it above his star on the Walk of Fame. Also, Smoke and Scan should get a banner. Bongs for Brotherhood. the City Ethics Commission. Honestly, I think that we should just open this up to the Make-A-Wish kids. It's worked out okay so far for your guys' sound guy. Park updates. Let's get a smoke and scan skate park. You know, we're always champion for having kids in safe places to play away from the chomos. General public comment. Sound guy, get it together. I feel like this is either a deliberate tactic to keep Brocklanders from bringing smoke and scan to the people, or it's willful ignorance. Maybe bring on Damon from Smoke and Scan. He can teach you how to run your board right. Right now, live on Smoke and Scan, there's a train derailment after hitting a water truck. Back to Ms. Hernandez. You know, like I said, you're one of my favorites. The first time that I watched a council meeting, I didn't know that they allowed snacks until I saw you at the horseshoe. Ms. Hernandez, if you have a bee in your hand, what would you have in your eye? Beauty, because beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
There goes my hero.
Conclude our public comment for today's meeting.
What?
Madam Clerk, what's before us?
Those
to be
son of a
voted on?
bitches, man.
Mr. President,
That was it, huh?
we may now vote
What do we
on
get? 3 people on
items
the phone?
1 through 3.
We got 3 callers?
40, 41.
How many callers?
43
Please.
through
Anybody?
46,
3?
sir.
All right, those items are before us.
Bro,
Open the roll.
fucking 3.
Close the roll. Tabulate the vote.
Bro.
12 ayes.
All right, what's next?
Fuck out of here, dude.
Mr. President, would council like to vote on the reconsidered council file 21-0810 now, sir?
About
Yes.
3, right?
So
Fucking
for
bullshit.
the reconsideration, we'll open the roll.
Yeah, I don't know what they're
Close
gonna
the
do.
roll,
That the
tabulate
tracks
the
are
vote.
all fucked up now. Look at the tracks.
12
They're-
ayes.
They're all fucking chewed up.
All right, now the item is before us.
You ain't getting no train on there. How you getting that thing off? With a crane?
The item before, ma'am, please stop disrupting the meeting. This
Oh,
is your
boogers.
first warning.
That's boogers on the wall.
This is your second warning. I'm going to ask you to be silent or leave the meeting. All right? This
Ma'am,
is your
you've been
third.
asked-
This is your third warning. I'll ask the sergeants to escort you and your family out of the meeting.
You
at this
and your
time.
family.
Ma'am, you've been asked to please keep your voice down. You are interrupting the meeting. And may the record reflect that the person who is interrupting the meeting is still refusing to leave after being asked.
Look at his face. Look at his face.
For the record, the same person who was warned by the council president 3 times now is still shouting and refusing to leave.
And we've asked you to leave the meeting.
Booger's gonna get
peacefully.
flicked. All right, kids, put boogers on your fingers. The cops try to come. Oh man, you take them out. I ain't taking them out. They got boogers on their hands. You better get them. I get them. I get no booger put on me. Look, so they cut it down. Look, so they muted it so you don't hear her.
And for the members of the public who are watching or still listening in, unfortunately, we cannot continue the meeting because the person who was warned 3 times and has been shouting is still refusing to keep her voice down and leave.
Keep going, girl.
So please bear with us.
Get
Thank
it
you.
going, booger lady. Fling some boogers. At least when you leave, just put a couple on the wall.
All right, we have an item before us, Madam Clerk.
Look at his face. Look at his face. You see the anger in his face.
Mr. President,
See the
just
anger in
for
his face?
clarification, the last
can
vote
see it.
was on council file 21-0810, which was
Look at his
already
face. Look at his face.
reconsidered before public comment.
Shit sandwich
So
face.
this item is finished. And what would council like to do next? Would council like to vote on item
About to cry.
33,
Big
which
mad.
was
About to cry.
amended, and also call for special comments by Councilmember Rahman?
Woo!
All right.
It's about to cry.
Let's consider this item, and I will ask Ms. Rahman.
Bro, I mean, dude, look at the body language. Don't let nobody in.
Item 33.
Cross, fake
Yes,
smile.
So I just wanted to make a comment, and I wanted to thank
all of the vendors who came and spoke in
You
support
didn't want to
of
thank
this
Booger
item
Lady?
today. Since I've taken office, and actually even from before,
Why not thank Booger
this
Lady?
Council has worked very hard to try.
Nobody cares about
and,
you. So we'll look at the people.
Provide permits.
Not at
to
you.
vendors. The state government has done work on these issues through SB 972. But I think what we saw in the
he's
process that we put into
They're all
place
fake.
here in the city of Los Angeles is that the process was very cumbersome and that it was way too expensive, and that the financial costs alone for vendors who are making
Yes, God.
sometimes about $11,000 a year on average, that these costs were so prohibitive that it actually prevented vendors from
I said 12.
applying
They say
for,
11.
These permits, and then if you did apply, the process was so convoluted that it was almost impossible to
So
actually
they want
get
5% of your annual sales.
During COVID, the city reduced the permit cost significantly. So the costs dropped to about $290, which was a significant cut to what was already there. This reduced cost fee was set to expire.
One
in
injury
connection with the
reported
COVID
here.
Emergency mandate. And this motion essentially asks the CAO to look at whether this number makes sense for residents, and in the meantime, to hold on to the lower cost fee until we understand exactly what costs vendors have that are facing them, what are the barriers they're facing as they're trying to move on to a permit system, and to make sure that we are doing that work before we set a new permit fee. And so I'm hopeful that this council will support this motion. We know, all of us know, that these vendors are integral to our local economy, and I think we need to make sure that vendors are not responsible for paying costs that they're simply unable to pay, and that we're pushing them further into an informal market because we're simply not setting up a system that's possible for them to take on. And so I'm really here to encourage everyone to vote aye on this item, but also to join me and our staffs as we work with vendors to ensure that we understand the system that we're setting up in place and create a system that's actually functional for vendors in this city. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Rahman. Mr. De Leon.
Thank you much, Mr. President. Gracias los comentarios de la concejal Nithya Rahman. Antes que nada, muchas gracias, ¿no? A toda mi querida gente por asistir a esta junta tan importante por el bienestar económico y el futuro de sus hijos aquí en la ciudad de Los Ángeles. Para ser muy sincero y bien franco y bien honesto, a mí me da mucha pena por el simple hecho que están pagando $291 para el permiso. Cuando en la ciudad de Chicago pagan, tengo entendido, $53. Cuando en la ciudad de San Diego, yo soy fronterizo, San Diego con Tijuana, pagan $38. Ya llevamos 5 años con este asunto. Desde el 2018, ya llevamos 5 años. Son $291. Quieren subir la tarifa a $541. Aparte con eso, tengo entendido.
No, he's just pleading to his constituents there. He wants their vote. He wants them to think that he actually cares about them, so he speaks to them in Spanish right now. He's doing his little best song and dance, make it seem like he cares, like it's a little more heartfelt. Okay, so it doesn't need an interpreter. Pull on their heartstrings, so they'll vote for him. You know that kind of shit. Yeah, pandering to them, whichever you prefer. So that's kind of how it works. And I know he doesn't give a shit about these people. You can listen to the tapes and you tell me if he cares about these folks. He was talking about them too. Everybody. I don't think there was a type of person that this dude missed.
Es las salchichas, los hot dogs con el tocino, ¿eh?
Yes, Jordan.
Qué lástima, ¿no? Que no trajeron comida hoy día con nosotros, ¿eh? Pero yo les doy las gracias, no, porque tenemos de una forma u otra, tenemos que resolver esta crisis. I just want to say, colleagues, that this is an issue that we legalized at the state in 2018. Fast forward 5 years now. We collectively, as a city, have proven that the left hand doesn't know what the right hand is doing.
No
the right
shit.
hand doesn't know what the left foot or the right foot is doing.
5 years now since we legalized it statewide.
And you guys been in charge all 5 years.
$291.
I don't want to hear about anybody else.
They charge you $58. The city of San Diego, they charge $38.
$38.
And
$291
we want to
here.
raise it to $541.
Makes sense.
And then on top of that, they have to go to LA County, to the public health department, and they have to pay an average, un promedio of $590. Then there's a CFO fee of $118, and then a TFF, whatever that acronym stands for, of $1,500.
Oh.
That's the bureaucracy.
So now let's take a look at it for what it really is. It's 12% of your annual sales.
Multicultural and diverse city where street vendors are a mainstay in the fabric of who we are and our identity in a city like LA. But again, we can't get it right for whatever bizarre reason. I think the $291 is still too much because these street vendors here, men and women, majority women and single mothers, madres solteras, presentes hoy día, these are the women who don't ask for public assistance from the state or the feds or the county. These are the men and women who don't have health care, they don't have pension, they don't even get el salario mínimo, the minimum salary. So I'm hoping we get this report back with a sense of urgency.
We needed a report.
So we can settle this once and for all so we can make it seamless, efficient, so there's transparency. They know what the fees are, they know what to do, X, Y, and Z, and we just can get it done because they deserve it, because they're part of who we are as a great fact. Mr. President, thank you very much. Gracias a todos. Thank you very much.
That's right, Tam Tam. And then again, what happens if it's an off year, Tam Tam? What happens if you're sick and you can't go out? You don't make 11. They still want their same amount.
Thank you so much, Council President.
You only made 7 or 8 this year.
I want to thank Councilmember Rahman for introducing this motion. Quiero
agradecer
a la concejal Rahman por presentar esta moción.
Buddy, love ya.
And you know what we talked about. This Councilmember Rahman talked about what this motion would do. Make fees more reasonable. Explore financial aid, and perhaps more important, it stops the city from raising fees on the vendors until these plans. We have the report back from council. You know, and so a little bit of my history. My parents were street vendors my entire life until my dad couldn't work anymore. I know a lot of the people in this room.
So let's tax them some more, right?
With CPC. Conozco mucha gente aquí en este cuarto porque ha organizado con ustedes.
Pulling on those strings. My parents did the same thing.
I became a council member. I was a community organizer in East Hollywood.
But I didn't vote to overtax them.
Very intimately. And you know, I want to share a story that when I grew up in South Central, after the riots, there was an area of the district that was blighted. It had burned down, and there was no economic activity there. And a street vendor posted up there, and he started selling. It became very popular. I got a lot of long lines. People loved that space. That street vendor eventually bought that land and started a brick and mortar. It's called La Carreta. It's on Vernon and Compton, and it's still there to this day. And so there's a lot of stories like that that happen here in the city of Los Angeles. I mean, I can name a few just at the top of my head. It's places that I go and I eat and I enjoy their food. And that's what we're talking about. We're talking about uplifting working people, the spirit of entrepreneurship, and you know, it's an American dream.
Let's uplift them by triple taxing them.
It's all part of that much larger strategy that I think the city of Los Angeles is playing. And so I'm very happy to support this today, to continue empowering many of the immigrants and street vendors of the city of Los Angeles. And I hope folks vote aye today. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, all the council members who spoke. So this item is now before us. Open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
12 ayes.
Excellent. Next item.
Mr. President, next item would be item 37.
All right. We will open the roll on item 37 as amended. Close the roll, tabulate the vote.
12 ayes.
All right, our next item.
Next item is item 39, sir.
All right. Item 39 as amended is now before us. Open the roll. Oh, Mr. Blumenfield, sorry.
Yeah, a small technical amendment to the amendment. Can I?
Okay.
Amendment to the amendment to the amendment.
So it says request the mayor, but it should read request the mayor's office to report in writing, to add the words in writing to the council by July 31st, et cetera, and then on instruction 4, instruct the chief legislative analyst, and it should also say and the CAO to report to the council. Everything else is the same.
All right, is there a second? Second, Mr. Krikorian. All right, so that item as amended is before us. Open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
12 ayes.
All right. What's our next item?
Next, Mr. President, is item 42 called special for a separate vote.
All right, open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
10 ayes, 2 noes.
No, Tom.
All right. Do you want to revote? All right. There's a request to reconsider item number 42.
Do you want to revote? You want to reconsider that?
Open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote. All right. That item is now before us to be reconsidered. Item number 42. 42 calls special for a separate vote by Councilmember Hernandez and no one else as far as I know. Open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
11 ayes, 1 no.
Only one was
All right.
Hernandez who's.
All right,
who's,
now
so nobody
ask
wanted
the
her shit.
sergeants
Huh?
and the staffs of our council offices to prepare the room for closed session. That means we'll limit our staff participation and ask the appropriate department representatives to be with us and ask everybody else to exit the room for a closed session discussion by the Los Angeles City Council.
That's it, just rubber stamping. You know, you scratch my back, I scratch yours. That's what I'm saying. It's just absolute corruption. That's why these people are just disgusting. There's just no way around it. You can tell me what you want to tell me, but these people are just absolute positive thieves. They're disgusting. They're not for anybody but themselves. Okay? They pander, like you said, to the folks that they want the money from. And, yeah, man, it's fucking gross, dude. These people are sick. So I wish the worst for them. I really do. You know, because they deserve the worst. They deserve the worst. That's what they deserve. Let's go to the Elbow Room Bar for a second, guys. Not too packed. Not too packed. Some day drinkers. It's only 320. Over there, 322. Ah, thanks. Oh, stinky peeps. Eddie, put the camera there. Show everybody your little baby butt. Oh, that's not the one. That's what we're looking for. Old Stinkums. Old Stinkums. That's what his name is. It's like so weird that he likes being on all the wires and shit. Maybe it's the warmth of them. I'm sure maybe they're warm a little bit. But that's what it is. The Purge. You ready for the Purge already? Yeah. Good old derailment in Moore Park. That's it. Says only one injury. I've been one injury. I've been watching the little updates that are coming on the phone, but yeah, maybe just the driver, I guess, because I haven't seen anybody hurt here. I mean, as you can see, it was a pretty packed train. I'm sure you'll get some good lawsuits going on. Somebody's going, oh man, I'm hurt. My neck hurts. You'll get the neck hurts. All right, give him 10 grand to shut his mouth or her mouth. That'll be that. All right, let's smoke this last one, and then I'm out of here for now, man.
Smoke.
Let's get it. Reparations, man. Everybody's owed reparations, man. So quit begging. Get a job. Yeah, Miller probably got stuck on the tracks. That's what it said on one of the stations there. So that's assumed. It's weird how sometimes that happens. You know, you get a truck, and of course, the one place it gets stuck is right as it's going over the tracks. You know, probably couldn't do anything about it. He's not going to push that thing. It's fucking. Who knows if it was filled with water or not? Regardless, that would only make it just heavier, right? So, yeah, just let the train smash it. And that's what it did. I mean, dude, look how, if they flip around to the other side, you can see how crazy the chassis, the frame, it's completely like together. I mean, there's probably a 4-foot gap between one frame rail and the other. They are together. That's how hard that thing hit it. So, yeah, at first it said just vehicles, so I'm thinking, okay, well, a car got stuck on the tracks. And again, I don't know if you guys remember, but this is big because remember, there was a big derailment. A dude tried to commit suicide. He did. He tried to put his car in front of the train, let the train hit it, derailed the train, and killed a bunch of people right here in Moore Park with an Amtrak. I don't remember exactly when that was. But I know it was a big story, and it couldn't have been about 5-7 years, maybe. You know. Let me see. Okay. So that's the one today. So these one. There it is in 2000. That was 23 years ago, huh? 88 people hurt. That's what it was. One dead. Only one dead, huh? I thought it was more than that. Wait, is this the one? Hold on. Northbound train carrying 88 people. Trucking a gardening truck that went off the track. Oh, no, this isn't the one. This is a different one. Sorry. This is a different one. I think this is at 2008. It was in Chatsworth. That's where it was. Wasn't in Moore Park. The other one that I just told you was in Moore Park. So that's 2 in Moore Park that were in the last 20 years. And then this one was September 12th, 2008. 25 people dead, 135 injured. Dude tried to kill himself and did. Put his car in front of the train, and there you go. 135 injured, 35 dead. NTSB blamed the Metrolink train engineer, 46-year-old, for the collision, concluding that he was distracted by text messages. Wow. There you go. That's crazy. Yeah. I guess he had enough time to stop the train and wasn't. I don't know. Crazy. No? I've never even been on a train like a real... I mean, I guess I've been on a train a little bit, like going into Amsterdam, but never like on a long train ride. Nothing longer than, I don't know, 20 minutes. Like, I've never been on a real long train ride. I mean, I think it'd be cool, you know, it'd be fun to kind of go on a train ride, I guess, but they're just so slow. You know, it's kind of cool to see all the scenery that you can see in those mountains and stuff, but yeah, man. Thomas the Train, man. That's it. Choo choo. It's crazy how many people love trains. Like they have affinity for them. They love them. And those tracks are quite faded. Like you can see, look at all of it. It's just tore up. So it's going to take a while for them to fix that track piece. I would say at least a week, wouldn't you think? A full week? Getting all the debris out of there and then a full week of fixing the track? That's got to hurt Amtrak. See, it's a public works truck. Well, taxpayers will be buying you a new work truck. That's why he didn't care about pushing it out of the way either. It wasn't his truck. It was a public work truck. Somebody's busy taking a piss test right now. That's it. It's piss test time. You think 48 hours, that's it? To fix all that? That's pretty fast. I mean, you got to figure it's a good, half mile maybe of track messed up. quarter mile, maybe half. I don't know, somewhere in that range. Getting more seats and more tents out for the peeps. Till I'm guessing they can get like a Greyhound bus over there to get all these folks out of there. I mean, fuck, it looks like there's at least 100 on that train. I don't know where the train was coming from. It doesn't say. It just says it was there. I mean, it just says an Amtrak train. I mean, you could tell, though, everybody's got a lot of fucking luggage and shit. Wasn't a short trip. So, it's good to see everybody's all right, but one injury. So, no deaths reported, which is good. The only thing that died was that truck, man. That water truck. Slow death. Actually, it was a quick death. You hit a train. A train hit a parade float. Oh man, that's crazy, roll. That's wild. Yeah, I just remember seeing. Dude, is that an Amish guy? Look at the Amish guy. Fuck yeah! Did you see him? Shit yeah. Yeah, man. Just you have one of these every once in a while, and pretty dang serious when they happen, that's for sure. There's no such thing as really a small derailment, right? I mean, look at that look at all the... Wasn't there like 2 derailments that happened in Ohio with all the fucking chemicals? Shit's still going on? I ain't telling you about that. Busy talking about a sub. Notice how the media never tells you anything that you're supposed to know, and then if they do, it's just for a quick second, then it's gone. Poof, like a fart in the wind. Then they're busy telling you over and over and over. I mean, how many more times are they going to tell you about January 6th? How many more times you got to hear about that bullshit lie? How many? Yet all the shit's happening right around them. Not a word. Not a word. That should tell you everything you need to know, ladies and gentlemen. You're here to look at it, not ever listen to it. Ever. Just look at it. Form your own opinion. Oh, it's all propaganda. I don't trust, like I said the other day, I don't trust any of them. I don't listen to any of them that I don't listen to any of the audio. There's no point. It's just their own jibber jabber or their own formed bullshit, or even worse, their little spiel that they were taught to tell me they were regurgitating what they were, taught to tell me. I'm good on all that regurgitation. I'll chill. I'm good. That's the way I sees it, man. So it's a world of weirdness, man. I remember watching the news and actually enjoying it and listening what they had to say. And boy, those days are long, long, long gone. Long gone. What's they got? Water? Is that water? Oh yeah, it's big stacks of water that have been sitting in the hot sun. Here, guys. Come on in and grab some of that heated ass, nice warm water we put out in the field for you. Now it's nice and 80 degrees, maybe almost 100 degrees in temp. Now you can drink it. Fuck. Warm water is the worst. It's like, man, I even have it. It's gross. Warm water is just the worst. Jerry Dumphy, yeah, that was back when you had people that actually, Walter Cronkite and the folks wanted to get down to the nitty gritty and they didn't give a fuck. Now every last one of them is a bought and sold puppet. Not one of those people could speak freely. I mean, look what happened to that dude Mark Mester on Channel 5. For the ones that aren't, don't live here, our Channel 5 KTLA they fired one of the newscasters and what was it? I think they let one of them go. And the way they let her go was kind of weird and didn't honor her at all or whatever. So this dude was a good friend of hers and you worked alongside with her at the table. He was a co-anchor. And so he went off one morning just saying about, it's fucked up how you kind of did shit and didn't use those words, of course. And literally the next day they fired him. He's gone. Like a fart in the wind. Didn't go to any other media station either. Not one other media station picked him up. Okay, we're talking about a dude who's, the handsome dude who the chicks like to look at, so they hired him. You know what I mean? So, he should probably have a job, but he doesn't because he spoke up. He spoke out. You can't do that. He didn't bend the knee anymore. Okay, as soon as you speak out, you're done. You're finished. So in order to work in that field, you must be a puppet. It's a sad deal. You cannot have a voice. You'd shut up and work. We didn't ask for your opinion. When we want your opinion, we'll give it to you. That's exactly what it is. We will want it, we'll give it to you. That's it. So I just think, the days of real media are rough and gone. They're gone. They're just gone. Not with the general media. You got to find it somewhere else. Some other truth seekers, you know what I mean, that, the ones that the puppets hate because they watch the media and the media tells you to hate them. They form that story and the puppets believe everything that they tell them. And so I got to hate that person. Don't know why I hate them. Well, it's because they told you to hate them. Be honest. But some people are so wrapped, they just don't know. They're so sunk in it. They don't see it. It's crazy. No free thinking. No nothing, man. No forming no opinions on their own. It's a wild deal. It's like, I don't need any opinion. Oh, this is so dangerous. Like, why didn't they just move the water truck? Like, I don't need any of that. I don't need I wish this person would this is really dangerous. And if you guys are around the chase, please just pull over or just go home. This is a really dangerous chase. Like, we don't need that. We don't need that garbage. That prim and proper fucking garbage. I don't know who does. So, like I said, even their ad limit is just absolutely, you guys like to use the word cringe. It's fucking cringe. So. Well, got to be honest, Jordan, I don't really follow Alex, but again, I have friends that do. And again, that's just another guy that, hit too much on the truth tales on a lot of things. And, that's why he has the reputation, because they told you to go out and hate him. I don't follow the dude. I don't watch his stuff, and I get it. He's got his spiel too, just like everybody else. If it wasn't, he wouldn't be selling the vitamins and all the other shit that he does. I get it. I understand. But I also understand the way they put people on the defense so you can't play offense. And you're busy playing defense to defend yourself. And when you can't do that, you can't play offense. So that's really what they do. And that's busy what the media does. They don't like you. They're putting you on the defense. So trust me, I'd be in that same boat as the Alex Joneses, the whoever else that they don't like. The Charlie Kirks or whoever else. You name it. Tucker Carlson now. Same kind of guys, right? I'd be on that same boat. I'd be in the same list. Why? Because I don't bend the knee. I don't lick their asshole, and I don't go along with anything that they say. And I question everything that they say and do. And that's why. Not an ass licker. Not a fucking yes man. Theo Von, yeah. See, again, another guy I don't really follow, I know a lot of people like him. I know he's super popular, Theo Von. I don't watch his stuff. But again, it's, and it's not because they tell me he's a bad person. I just don't have the time, to be honest. But it's just how they form these opinions. They go out and spew their opinions on their channels, and then the puppets that watch these channels just form those opinions without even knowing these folks. Sad deal. So George Norrie, yeah. Those are all truth seekers, back in the day. Those are early truth seekers. Art Bell, all these folks that didn't want to take the average person's word for it. And what did they call them? Kooky. You know what I mean? And somebody like George Norrie or Art Bell had to create studios in their own homes and broadcast. Me, what am I doing? I have to create my own broadcast station and broadcast it. Okay? At some point in time, it's got to be smokeandscan.com only. It's going to be that because I'm going to be kicked off of everywhere else. Okay? And thankfully, I do have smokeandscan.com. I just got to figure out how to get the player to work properly to where you guys are coming on and watching it the way you would on YouTube. And then hopefully I can convince you guys to leave those sites and go there. So yeah, man, there's a lot of folks, that are not even see. They want you to think they're going against the grain. They're not. They're just questioning because they understand how untruthful most of these folks, if not all of them, are. So yeah, rest in peace to Art Bell. Great thing about Art Bell is, you can go on YouTube and all his shows are on there. There's people that have put all of them up there for the hours long, live from Pahrump, Nevada, or wherever he said. No, it's not what he says. He goes live from, I forget the intro, but yeah. So he's got all of his stuff on there. So if you want to ever go back, you can totally listen to all of them on YouTube. No, I don't trust the government at all, bud. I learned the day before 9/11 they weren't to be trusted. That was the day I learned. Sad enough as it is. And if you don't remember what happened on 9/10, I can't help you. Again, you're just letting it like a fart in the wind going over your head all day. It's one thing this stoner has. It's a real good memory for bad shit. Live from the high desert in the kingdom of Nye. There it is. Thank you, Rebel. Yeah, he had a cool setup. He was a ham op and shit. Smart guy, Art Bell. Interesting, all the stuff he always talk about. Very interesting stuff. Nothing mundane bullshit. So he's about something pretty cool. Definitely a treasure, man. Sad to see him and, to see him go, sad deal. But that's what's great. They still have all these, all his shit is forever on the internet, so you can always go and watch it. Day I die, you guys can go back and watch Smoke and Scan. Not that you probably would. I'm no Art Bell. But, yeah. The legacy will always be there. Do I have a feed for the fire in Arizona? I don't, Trace. I didn't even know. I'm not in Arizona, so I don't get the local news like that. Hopefully all is okay there in Arizona. Hopefully it's not near any homes, at least. Burning brush, no homes. Oh, he did, OCB. His whole room, his radio room was sick. All the craziest ham radios and scanners and computer set up. And fuck, dude, he was set. There's call signs like W6OBB or something. And just that the prefix, the W6 means he's been a ham for since the 50s or some shit. So, yeah, man. North Scottsdale have some people evacuated. Okay, that sucks. But hopefully, they're usually good with that. They get the people out, and it's really just structure protection. Firefighters are usually pretty good with that, man. Let's hope that the flames don't wreck any homes. CIA, FBI killed him. You're talking to Casimir. Who are you talking about? You're talking about Art Bell? Oh, really, BJ? You're over there? Yeah. Art LeBeau. Now we're talking about Art LeBeau. Art LeBeau I'd seen a few times. He'd come into the Rainbow every once in a while. Good old Art LeBeau. Mr. Oldies himself. Coast to coast for George Norrie. Yeah. All right, guys. I'm out of here. So, thanks for joining me. I'm sorry we didn't get the greatest back-to-back shows this week. This week was pretty meh. No Mr. Herman. And no Mr. Harlan. So that's always a bummer. No Mr. Spindler today either. Been a bummer. But we did get Stacy. We did get Mr. Sachs. You know, I guess we got to look at the bright side. Brock Landers called in, did a great call. No Eric Previn either. So, yeah. But we did get some of them. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you for all the likes, the love, the thumbs ups, the donos. I appreciate you and all the camaraderie, all the fun times. So you guys be good. Enjoy your hump day. I will see you on Friday morning at 10:15-ish a.m. for the next, city council meeting. Unless there's a chase. Who knows? Maybe we'll get a chase. I should be around. So if there is a chase, I should be able to hop on. So other than that, I'm guessing just, have a fantastic day. Enjoy the rest of your week. Thank you, Jeff P. Enjoy yourself. And again, I appreciate all of you guys. Be good, and I will see you on the next one.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Take her easy, dude.
Bye, guys.